Let's go.
Full sound on the screen.
Oh, okay, we did it. We're now unmuted. Okay.
Oh, all right. Thanks.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now, everybody, welcome everybody to the League Stalt division. It's a little bit scuffed tonight. We just put this together on the fly. I'm Elegant Cabbage. That's Rudy Giuliani right over there, my wonderful co-caster. This is the League Salt Division, a brand new amateur league here in the NA scene. We have 5 teams competing for a first prize of a couple hundred RP, I think. And if you want to join us in any sort of way, I'm sure there is a Discord posted somewhere that you can look up. I don't know where. Anyways, we are about to get into game number 1 of a best of 3 series of BLF versus Unicorn Wizards. And I just realized I don't have any overlays for them, so hopefully I remember who's on what.
I think we'll be just fine.
I think okay. So BLF has stun locked on it. He's one of the admins, so that's how we're gonna remember it. Unicorn Wizards is the other team. All right. I'm seeing ours in the chat. So I guess what are you guys? What are you expecting here for this game? Anything?
Let's see here. Let's see here. I didn't do any research on these teams, but
I did
we're
not
gonna.
either. Okay,
It's
now
a
I'll
beautiful
start
start to the new division. Oh, Robo is a hobo. I love that name.
Yeah, as we are.
Oh, a
Champs left.
support as banning a support as their first ban. I'm excited to see that. I'm a support main myself. You know, maybe this team here. You know, maybe Unicorns has a strong support player.
Critical. I don't know what that was. League just gave me a critical thing, but we're still in, so we're just gonna.
Oh, we're good. We're still banning.
We're hoping. So Mordekaiser banned out here. Jarvan 4 also banned out. So far, the Alistar is the only interesting thing that I've seen so far. That one's a little bit odd. Everything else, I guess, is reasonably.
Yeah, dude. That gotta get rid of that Jarvan. Super strong jungle right now.
Absolutely.
Unless he's on my team.
He's definitely. I feel like Jarvan is one of those champions. It's very similar to Nautilus, where the line between playing out of your mind and inting is very, very fine.
Yes, yes. And they look very similar.
They look very similar.
Yep. Jinx, another great ban, the most broken freaking AD carry right now.
You have so much poke with your rockets. Good. I'm
Hate
glad
it.
that that's being banned.
Yep.
Right, and let's see, that's going to be a Blitzcrank. So first pick, going to see where BLF here wants to put their priority. They could do. I actually have no idea what they would want to do. Instead, they're going to go Nocturne. I was about to say, you could
Love
go,
to see it.
Malphite here. It's a really good, strong pick if they wanted to blind pick something. But instead, they're just going to just blind pick their jungler. Go with Nocturne. That can be flexed to mid. I don't think we're going to see it. Now, here.
I would love to see that. I would love to see a mid Nocturne first game of the Salt League division.
Absolutely. That would be hype. Instead, we're Ornn here.
Oh.
Response.
Love that. Love the Ornn pick. Super tanky. I think tanks are a little freaking busted right now. Do so much damage. They're unkillable. Not a Nocturne target.
Right here, I want to see if there's any priority on the 80 carry. They should put it here because you can respond with your jungler on 3. And we're going to see a Lucian, it looks like. I don't love Lucian blind because right here, BLF can pick the Nami away if they wanted to. Nami on their own, I like a little bit more than Lucian because Nami, I think, pairs a little bit better. You can go Nami, Kate, Nami, whatever you want. But Nami without Lucian is a bit sad.
Sure, definitely. Yeah, he needs the Nami. This is an interesting pick order. I think we might have some one tricks on this team because your jungle and top coming out first. Usually you see the support or AD carry. They're definitely trying to secure some picks here.
Yeah, BLF getting that counter pick to the Ornn, getting the Yorick out right there. And Caitlyn being the counter to Lucian, having a lot of range. Lucian This should be the Nami right here. I don't know what else it really could be.
Yeah, I would take the Nami here if I was
Um,
Unicorns. Let's see.
Yep.
There it
okay,
is.
there it is. And we have top and bot lanes here picked in for Unicorn Wizards, and then on the other side we have
that.
top jungle and AD carry. So we'll see.
2 more
what-
bans. Let's see if they target the maybe the mid here.
Yeah, it should be more support bans here, I would imagine, from Unicorn Wizards.
Definitely.
You have Lucian Nami. I don't think you're super worried about all that much. And it's going to be Lissandra.
There it is. They're gonna target the mid lane. It looks like.
Here, I would imagine BLF's going to target the jungle. And yep, we
There
have
you go.
Rengar taken off. Here, we
Let's
could
go,
see
boys. Bloody
another-
Mary in the chat. Shout out.
Yeah, we could see another mid lane ban here with the Lissandra and the Victor being taken off. So maybe they're looking for another control mage ban. That
Yeah.
could be Orianna. That could be something like Azir. And it's gonna be
Oh, look at
Orianna.
you. Called it. Oh my god.
Interesting. I really don't love Maokai Jungle anymore, post like 13-4 or whenever they really nerfed him, but that is being taken off.
Yeah, you know, there's people. It seems like people are starting to figure out how to build him again. They're getting away from the Emax, going back to the tanky. He can be a little disruptive. Maybe someone on Unicorns is a Maokai main.
Yeah, it could be a possibility here. Should be the jungle. Yep, going to be
There we go.
Viego. I don't really know my jungle matchups. I would imagine Viego probably has more early game pressure than the Nocturne. Just in general. Post 6, Nocturne really wants to get out onto the map, get a first kill, and Malzahar, just a whatever mid there for BLF. And
Ooh, there's the
that we're
Nautilus.
talking about. Overall, good comp there. I do like that from BLF, and it looks that shouldn't actually
Yep.
be a Sivir. They're looking for a mid lane.
Let's see.
If they're gonna do an AD carry, it should be like Corki. I would like.
I like the
Corki.
Sivir. I like the
Yeah.
Sivir. It procs the Malzahar. It just removes Malzahar's passive. His passive's so annoying, man. You can't, touch him in that lane phase. It's a little cheesy, but it might be a cheesy enough to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, is it actually going to be a Lucian mid?
Oh, that also makes sense. That's a little scary for that Malzahar.
Yeah, that would be. That would at least make a little bit more sense. I like the Lucian.
Definitely
mid
makes more sense.
More than a Sivir mid.
Me too. Me too.
But this is such a low range comp now from the Unicorn Wizards. On this red side, they have a decent amount of engage with the On the Hunt and Ornhorn. But apart from that, they're going to have a real hard time sieging unless they get super ahead or get a Baron. Whereas BLF over here has a really decent siege, a decent dive too if they want it. Their team fight isn't amazing, but I mean they have a Malzahar, they have a Nautilus. They should be able to pick off anyone they want.
Definitely. We got some a good knock loses to no one. Rooting for Team Knock. Okay, looks that's Gabagool Gaming Jungler. I think he's a knock main. Asking for Nautilus feet picks. Get ready, boys. First game of the division. It's going to be an exciting one. I'm real excited to see this bot lane. I think it's going to be a skill matchup. Pretty straightforward. Nautilus lands a hook. And maybe Caitlyn can follow up with a trap. It can be a little hard. It's not as easy as like with the Morgana, but a good Caitlyn can squeeze it in there.
Absolutely. I'm pretty excited, but so who has game one? Well, who would
Let's see,
you
we
say
got to go to
has
the
game
chat. Before the chat gives their opinion, let's see. I really like this BLF comp here. I like the bot lane. I like the Nautilus pick is huge for me. Nocturne, I think Nocturne's a little busted right now.
All right.
We'll see. A lot of these lanes are skill matchups. I think Malzahar's going to have it cut out for him, though. That could be maybe Viego gets something going in the mid lane, snowball mid. You know, that's what I would look to see.
What
I think top's going to be an island.
Yeah, what I'm interested to see is because these teams were put together like a couple days ago. So what I want to see is how Unicorn Wizards is able to respond to the split push pressure of Yorick, and on the flip side of that, I also because you need team cohesion to be able to split push properly. I think so. I want to see how BLF is able to play around the Yorick, give him the vision, give him all the resources that he wants to be able to split push to a victory, if that's something that they end up doing. I mean, they have the tools here. They have a Nocturne.
Definitely have the tools.
He can he can trail the Yorick from a really long distance, 2v1 the Ornn if they want to. But that does leave the rest of the team in a 3v5 situation, which, I mean, a Malzahar can run away from, but they still have, a Sivir on the hunt to run them down.
Definitely. Really excited to see how these first couple of waves play out in the beginning of the game. I think it's going to tell us a lot about both of these teams and where the game's going to go.
Absolutely. So as we have 20 more seconds here of spectator delay before we get into the game, what's your prediction? I know you did no research on either of these teams. Who's going to take it in the best of 3? Any ideas?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking to chat for some reason.
No,
I don't know.
okay, well, chat
I'm
too.
sorry. Repeat your question. Repeat your question. I'm sorry. I was off in La La Land.
Yeah,
I was
okay,
thinking
okay.
about a lot.
So
I'm a
now
very
that-
deep thinker, Cabbage.
As
I'm a
we
very
are,
deep thinker.
As we are loading in, right? Who do you think has it in the best?
My heart and soul here is telling me BLF. I don't know too much about either of these teams to say the best of 3 yet. I think game 1, I'm gravitating towards the to BLF based off how they picked their comp. That Nautilus pick coming in, it seems like it's a little bit more cohesive than this enemy comp here. But again, both of these guys just met very recently. We got to see how they play together.
Absolutely.
That's gonna determine a lot here. This sort of teamwork. I don't know if these guys have gotten any scrims in, or hopefully they got some flex queue in. I'm on Gabagool Gaming. We got a couple flex in yesterday. It was pretty hard to get everybody on the same page and get that find a time for everybody to fit. So I'm sure some of these other teams had that issue. And I think we have a sub for one of these teams.
Yeah, I believe the jungler for Unicorn Wizards is a sub.
Okay, interesting.
I'm not entirely certain about that one, but I'm fairly certain that is true. And as we always have the ye oldie lag as we load into the game here. Fun spectator that's been known.
Yeah. Andy Game Company.
For years. There's a couple of other ones, like the one where you can see if Baron's being taken while like you don't have vision of it. Like if you toggle vision. That's one that's been in for years. That's now just a feature, actually. Like I think they straight up came out and said it, but usually it doesn't take this long. But we'll get in here as soon as we can. I guess we can introduce the teams while they're on the screen here. For BLF, we have Stunlocked in the top lane, Uncommon in the jungle, Schmeat in the mid lane, the Nabi Nate down there in the AD carry position, and Straux? How do you...
Straux?
Straux?
Maybe? Straux,
I'm gonna
maybe?
go Straux in the support position. Then over there on the Unicorn Wizards, we have Robo as a hobo in the top
Great
lane,
name.
Nosa in the jungle, Tevu in the mid lane, Anakin the Weird in the bot lane, and Rislin QR in the support. Was it Raslin?
Racelin QR. The QR code, you could scan that. And this Teo name is familiar. I think they have a famous TikTok, Lil Tay. Very recognizable name.
Is that true?
Real excited. Yeah, as far as I know.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know if stream is just black screened and frozen like mine is, but
something tells me.
Should I relog?
Something tells me. Usually when it's frozen for this
It's
long,
taking a-
there was a pause at the beginning of the game. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
guessing that's what happened. We have no contact with the teams, but from my, I don't want to say extensive knowledge of the spectator client, but that's usually what happens when it's this weird.
Cabbage, I feel like you just are a library of knowledge. I feel like I could ask you anything about this and you would know.
Maybe.
I love that. I'm gonna try and relog on my end here. It can't hurt. Or could it?
I mean, it can't, but maybe. I'm just waiting to see when we're gonna get in. I guess what we can do.
Having some technical difficulties. You know, I relogged and I can see everything here. It's fixed for me.
It's fixed.
Yep, with a
just
little relog.
reconnected?
Yep. Well, oh no, actually, I couldn't join the custom game, so I spectated one of the players on the team, and now I can see.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're gonna do, I guess. We will try and fix this real quick. For wrestling, it's like Ray. So Raceland?
Raceland.
Raceland.
Okay. Love that.
Stunlocked spectate game.
Ooh. I won't give any spoilers here, but we're missing some action.
Okay. Well, we're loading back in here. First, we gotta. Okay. I'm at 3:05 right now. Is that where you are?
I'm not close enough. 3 minutes. 3:02, 3:03.
All right. Well, so far, one kill has gone down over to the side of BLF.
Yep, that Caitlyn flash autoed for first blood there.
Autoed. As we can see, Anakin the Weird already quite low once again, or once possibly as Uncommon comes up in the top lane. Get the tethers on. That's going to be a fear and a flash in. Robo the Hobo going to win that one. Uncommon using his flash for no real reason as Noosa in the mid lane. Not going to be getting anything done there. Spectral Maul goes a little bit wide. Malefic Visions is on Noosa. He is burning down. His Voidling does follow him. Teu just trying to clear out his wave and go back.
Yeah. Malzahar's giving him the juice.
Already we're seeing about a... Oh, that's going to be a lot of damage.
This bot lane's in trouble here with, it looks like with, Caitlyn's getting her game in here with that, just, you know, shoving them under tower, keeping them, even with the Sivir.
Walking up, and now Nobby Nate is actually down to about 100 HP. Flash is available for Anakin the Weird, but unfortunately not for Raceland. Otherwise, that would probably be a kill if that was going to just be a flash ebb and flow if they really wanted it. Overall, here in the game, at a little bit before 5 minutes, we're already out to about a 700 gold lead. And if we look at all of that, it's pretty much all on the Caitlyn right there with about 600 going into her own pockets. Everything else fairly even, give or take. 200 going into the Ornn. That's just that really wave lead that he has made for himself.
Looks like Unicorns weren't able to get that push out down bot. Get the crash to the tower. Little tragic. I think BLF bot lane has the Sivir Nami right where they want them.
Yeah, I think the Caitlyn not able to freeze the wave under turret. Now Schmidt getting a little bit of damage onto him, but that is a level 6 to level 5. Should be able to press that advantage.
Oh. Definitely.
That's just a lot of damage going down onto the Lucian overall. Schmidt wants to push his advantage.
Ooh.
Dredgeline does go, or does connect, but a good spell shield there from out from Anakin the Weird.
And this is
trying to do
this
something. Bubble going wide, but now Wrestling QR down to about health. But Noosa is here. He's going to get a good stun, but that's not going to be all that much. As a flash out from Anakin the Weird, not really sure why he did that. Schmeat now going down, going to get the Void out from him, but that might not be enough. Maybe enough to trade back, as Teuvo is going to burn down to 20 HP and get out of that one. Nabi Nate gets one.
Beautiful.
In the bot lane for his trouble as Raceland
with a 20 HP. Looks like Raceland zigged when they should have zagged. I apologize, Cabbage. I'm a couple seconds before you, actually.
Unfortunate there. That was just a really bad gank from Nosa. Or maybe just not quite on the same page there from the jungle and the bot lane, because they were trying to punish or push in, but there's so much vision here for the BLF bot lane, and they ended up
lit up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, they ended up just going down in the 3v2. Really not what you want to see. 0-2-0 on the Nami. Good news here for the Unicorn Wizards is Teu in that mid lane, getting one kill for himself, making sure that the CS diff that the Malzahar has been able to get does not get too bad. Robo's a Hobo actually trying to fight something here as the Paranora goes down into the bot lane. That's going to be a
double bubble.
Fleeing Noosa going down, and then Common gets one. That's really good, but now an exhaust. Down to the bot lane. Nabi Nate trying to get something. Anakin the Weird wants to trade this, but that's just going to be a huge defense by Stralks, and no one's going to be able to do anything as Uncommon, sensing blood in the water, is now down in the bot lane. Flash forward by Stralks. That's going to be a good hook. That's going to be Anakin the Weird going down. Uncommon getting that one right there as Wrestling QR trying to execute to the tower, may be able to get it, and that's going to be a disaster for the bot lane of the Unicorn Wizards. That's just going to be really unfortunate for the Unicorn Wizards overall. 2-0-0 on Caitlyn, 2-0-0 on the Nocturne. Nocturne has the highest CS in the game, which is actually kind of obscene thinking about it in the jungle position.
Sounds about right. I would be pretty scared if I was Unicorns here. That Nocturne, I think that Nocturne's going to be able to nullify that Lucian lead as well here. If I was Lucian, I'd like to see him push it.
He's going to be able to get it. Flash forward, calls down the Ornhorn, and he is going to get it. 2 tower shots for his trouble, but Robo is a Hobo now going to be in full control of this top lane. Flash for Flash. Both top laners do have teleport, so that's not going to be much here. Teo jumping forward, getting a good amount of damage there in the bot in the mid lane fight there. But Anakin the Weird and Raceland QR here need to be very careful that they don't just basically chain feed from here on out, as the Nami is only level 5 and should be fairly easy to punish. Oh, that's a calling out. Suppressed going to come down, but Teu undeterred. He should just be able to push forward for even more. All right, so, Rudy, if you are the Unicorns here, how do you get back into this game? Or how do you stabilize of where you are? Because this game is definitely not over. It's only 10 minutes, but hold that thought. We are seeing Uncommon just absolutely obliterate the mid laner right there. Teu just getting paranoid.
That's it. That's exactly it. You know, I would like to see the mid lane and the jungle on Unicorns come together more. I would play for this mid lane, despite, you know, this fed Nocturne. It's either that or top.
I think be a dive. Oh, that's going to actually be something way back, as Anakin the Weird able to punish Stralks there as he wants to get a second one. Pops Ghost, and he might be able to get it. Shut down going over to Anakin the Weird, 2 for 1, and that's going to be them back in this game. Just like that, pretty much half the gold lead just evaporated right there, went into the pockets of Anakin the Weird, just from a kind of bad dive from Straux. He went in and just got Aqua Prisoned up. Now they're going to lose almost this entire tower, one must think, because Nosa did get the Rift Herald. That's going to be 3 turret plates, maybe only 2, but Nosa overstaying perhaps. Oh, but that's a flash order to make sure that the, I think it's called Unspeakable Horror does connect. Everyone does
Cabbage,
get out.
would you mind sharing your screen on Discord so I could see what you see?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm just so far behind. It's tragic.
We'll unfortunately have to show a black screen for a second as we can get technical difficulty. Share the screen. Legends go. Okay. We should be in. Should be at the same time.
Perfect.
Yeah, but 5-4 here at about 12 minutes into the game. And there's a 1,500, 2K difference between these teams as the Navi Nate, this is the second time he's taken half his HP from just turret shots by not knowing where the turret is. I don't really know. Weird Stunlock just getting the worst side of this matchup. What something that we actually thought was going to be, or I thought was going to be a counter matchup here.
Yeah, you know, me too. These tanks, these top lane tanks are just so busted right now, I think. They're so tanky. They do so much damage without building any damage items. And it's really, you're seeing it right here.
Okay, this might actually be a really bad trade for him, going down to about 100 HP. Flash forward,
Ooh.
trading flash. As Schmid is not
Great
going to be able to get that
flash.
one, but now Paranoia coming in.
Oh, there
There
it
not
is.
enough, but here, let's see if they're going to be able to trade one or something, as Nosa says no to that, as now in the top lane, Robo as a Hobo tries to get something for his team there, but low on mana, not going to be able to win that trade.
Yeah, that's the, that Nocturne picked up 2 kills, and now you're just seeing, that I think that was their Unicorn's opportunity to win this game early, was get that mid going, but Fed Nocturne just shuts it down.
Oh, that's a good tidal wave now. The depth charge coming out, but they're just trying to go down onto Nabine. Anakin, the weird flashing forward.
The flash.
But stepping on the trap. That's not going to be enough. Good Aqua Prison out from Rasslin.
And the bubble.
But now
That Nautilus,
top lane.
Spider-Man out of there.
Ornn in a 2v1. He's trying to get out, and I think he does. As Stunlock's wife's not going to be quite enough. Schmid's going to go down in the mid lane here.
This is it. That's exactly what this Lucian has to do when that Nocturne cooldown. That Nocturne ult's on cooldown. You got to run him down that mid lane right there.
And Robo's
Beautiful.
a Hobo playing with fire, like 200 HP. No mana up in this top lane. Is he trying to push this one out? But I think Stunlock should be able to stop this.
Yeah, it's a shame he could have called down the jungle, his Viego, to help him shove that out to get a reset, but
Viego was
he should
up
be
there
fine.
too. We saw the
Yeah.
mist up there, but I guess he decided to come walk down to this dragon. They decided, well, first tower already came down. We can give this one over to the Yorick. No big deal right there. And I think Yorick may actually just get that. Eulogy of the
Definitely,
Isles
yeah.
is down, unfortunate for him. So there is going to be no maiden to help him take that tower. So
He's
Ornn
maidenless.
should be able to get back. Absolutely maidenless.
like most of chat probably.
Most likely. Speaking of chat, I have Bloody Mary. I have absolutely no idea. Oh, but now Paranoia coming down, going to go onto the Nami here. They're trying to buy so much time.
Ooh,
A
good
really
bubble.
Good
With
bubble
the ult, then the
into
exhaust.
The tidal wave as Anakin is weird, trying to kite this one out, but he's going to get stunned up, trying to trade one back, and he does. But that's going to
Beautiful.
be the ace in the hole, getting one more. As now on the top lane, Robo is a Hobo. Maybe being able to trade this one back. Ornhorn does come down. He's going to go onto one as Nosa goes on to Stunlock, but he's now going to be just taken out as Robo as a Hobo burns down as well. 2 going over into the pockets of the Malzahar, and they just did not understand how much damage. But now the KO is here. The Culling's doing quite a bit, and that's going to be a
Melting him.
2 for 2 overall, I think, with the mid laners taking all the kills.
2 for 2. Looks like Viego and Ornn were on a separate page. Viego went for the Yorick instead of targeting whoever
Yeah,
the other
Malzahar.
person was. I
Yeah,
forget.
I
The
think
Malzahar.
that one probably would have been much better if both just jumped the Malzahar. I don't think Yorick has enough
Exactly.
damage in the tank right now.
Not yet. He doesn't. He's getting there though.
To be able to kill both of them with only the Ravenous, and I think he just completed that, and the Sheen. So on just some components, really not going to be able to do much. Uncommon here, level 10 to the level 9 of Nosa. Oh, is he going to be able to smite it? No, he just autos it. He just takes it. Oh, that death charge.
Beautiful hook.
Not going to be chosen right here. Rascal QR. So that's going to be a teleport behind Norn. Now in the middle of 4. Anakin the Weird trying
One
to
with the
bring
flank.
Cavalry.
Unicorn's not
Paranoia.
responding. They need to get in there, help out their big boy.
Oh, but that's the entire front line just gone. Robo's Hobo's going to burn down. Ace in the Hole is going to take one more. 4 dead on the side of Unicorn Wizards. Trevu was not able to get into there, and that was just a really messy fight with re-engages and disengages everywhere. And BLF just took the best of it.
Yeah, you know, that Ornn had a beautiful TP, beautiful flank. I would have liked to seen the Unicorns help him out. It looks like there's a lack of communication coming from the Unicorns a little bit.
But
they may not-
Trevu
Ooh,
just gets taken out. The newbie Nate just taking him out. He just did a really good job of knowing his Caitlyn range, knowing the mechanics
Beautiful.
of that. Landed the 90 caliber net and was able to just take the mid laner out. Prison doesn't hit, but that's going to be a
Little
flash
overstay.
spectral. No, that's going
See?
to be newbie Nate going down. Oh, but now Strelks, he maybe bit off more than he can chew.
One by one.
Prison does hit Noosa.
Oh, beautiful bubble.
Trying to take that, and Noosa's gonna get 2. Stunlock here. He should be fine walking back, I think. But I don't actually like that teleport. I think
Interesting TP. Interesting
he-
TP here.
he did get out, but I feel like he didn't need to do that.
Yeah, when's the next dragon here?
It should be. It is going to be in a minute, and it's about 8
Yeah, you know,
seconds away.
Not ideal, right? We like to see that TP saved, split when drag's up, pull some pressure,
Thank
TP to the drag.
But
But
now,
hey,
I
they got
think
some tricks up
Stunlock
their
should
sleeves.
just split push the bot lane. That way he will be there for the dragon. This is also 3rd dragon 1-to-1 each. I don't think BLF wants to give this one up, but
Never.
if you have to, it's not the biggest deal in the world. This one doesn't really matter. As a flash forward, Paranoia
flash
coming in as
TP.
well. An uncommon, unstoppable, absolutely destroying the Sivir right there, and that's going to be a Nami possibly for their troubles as well. Silence burning down. This
Looks like
might
Nami's
be
going
bad
down.
for
Uh-oh.
Sheet. It's going to be taken out. Nami may go down here as the Malefic
Look at
Visions
that.
does burn down, as it is a 1-for-1. But now Teu, he's going to be feared up, but he does save that tower. Nami gets the
barely
1-for-1.
gets out. Yeah, you know, this Nami Raceland here is kind of popping off. I think both supports here are playing way better than I thought they would. It's great.
Yeah, I do have to go back and look at Champion Select and wonder if this Nami would have been better serviced with the Lucian, and if they had just picked...
Definitely. Yeah.
Really, I mean, once you see the Malzahar, you can kind of pick anything into that lane. You're not going to be punished by a Malzahar, I don't think, but now 2 members of the Unicorn Wizards are going top, trying to, or BLF going top, trying to save this, but now Paranoia going down. That was a Sivir, but is no more. Now Sushi on the menu. 1 fish going down, a double kill there for the Nocturne here. Robo is a hobo on in the 2v1. He's going to go down as well. Stunlock should get this one eventually, and he does get it with the last rites. As we see pings onto the Baron, 4 are dead. Nosa went down at some point during that fight as well. Only one left alive is Tevu. This Baron should be a BLF's.
Looks like it. Unicorns selling their lives for 300 gold, 1 death at a time.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, that is going to just kind of be every part of the map collapsing at different times. This Nocturne is so far ahead right now, 707.
Definitely.
And that may
Just
be
alting on cooldown, forcing flash out. You know, it's really BLF's game to lose here. I think that's the only way Unicorns are going to come back is, you know, BLF throws it.
Yeah, and we do see everyone here on BLF wearing purple with the hand of Baron? I forget exactly what the buff is called, but now Robo is Hobo.
And a Bulldon.
Ford going into the front line here, already down to 2/3 HP. This is just going to get more and more difficult, as this is a very good siege comp, as we spoke of in Champion Select for BLF.
Definitely.
Especially just really anything with the Caitlyn is going to be a good siege comp.
Yep. And they have the front line. They have the Nocturne off the tower dive. They have all the weapons they want here. Unicorns want to get a pick on this Nocturne, if ideally, but he's just going to sit in the back, bide his time.
Does hit on, but
there we go. Nice bubble by the Nami.
Not going to be able to hit it, as Uncommon is coming around. Paranoia is available whenever they want to use it. They should go now, and they don't even need it. Anakin the Weird goes down. Noosa tries something. That's going to be a Paranoia, as Noosa has to get over the wall to get out. Robo's Hobo trying to do something here, but already a level down despite winning the lane and taking about half his HP as well.
What's going on in chat over here? They're going to support Divme. Not a chance.
BLF going and just taking that first inhib at 22.5 minutes. Already looking to get the second one. Maiden maybe being forced to tank this turret.
Let's see.
Everyone else just going to tank the turret, walk over to this wave, and continue the siege. Everyone here from Unicorn Wizards is up, and that's going to be a dive right there. It's already one's going down. And we got the bug in League of Legends that showed the game one, and it's not super surprising who won that. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see that final fight, but sometimes the replay
it just crashed for me too, actually.
Just likes to crash when someone wins the game, despite there being a replay buffer. Either way, I feel like you don't need a master's in rocket science to know who won that game, or I guess a better way to put that is how that game ended, right? They dove the top turret. They got both inhibs, and then they just kind of probably ran it in. Caitlyn doing almost 30,000 damage right there.
Sorry about that. Let me get back into this game here.
You can see here. I don't know why I can hear everything. Oh, okay. We are back in. Oh, you know what it did? It did the really annoying thing of the League client popped up, and I thought the entire League in-game crashed. But no, what we just learned is that, well, we know who won. Unsurprising, but we do get to finish it out. It's a good client. Highly recommend.
Oh, we did. It's still in the game here.
Yes, we're still in the game. Okay. Here, Paranoia coming down onto the Ornn there. This is probably going to be the last fight of the game. Ornhorn not going to be able to go down as Noosa goes down himself. Robo is a Hobo. Going to be taken out there by Strux. Second kill of the game for him. 11, 3, and 6 on this Caitlyn here. One of the highest CSs in the game. And so we just want to look at CSDs across the board. Dead even in the top lane, but 65 in the mid. That hook should not have hit there onto Raceland, as he's going to go down to the minions from Yorick. And this one should be the game right here. You have to imagine it's 11,000 gold lead at 25 minutes, just waiting for another wave of minions to be able to take this one. Another Paranoia. It's on.
I can't believe this game is not over yet.
It's
Cabbage.
on such a low cooldown.
It's next to nothing with that Axiom mark. Oh man, it's always up.
Yeah, as this Unicorn or BLF team is pushing down bottom, but I really think they should just be pushing in mid, just ending it here. The newbie Nate doing a decent amount of damage back, but taking quite a bit himself. Robo's Hobo down to half HP. The second inhib is going to fall down. Teo trying to get something back. stun lock.
That
Just
Nocturne.
too tanky. That's 2 dead there for Unicorn Wizards. Wrestling QR going to go down. This is going to be another one dead. That should be an ace as Nosa, last one standing. He's going to be back in the fountain, and that will be game 1 going over to BLF.
Pretty decisively, BLF taking game number 1. But you know what? I think Unicorns has a chance in this series. They look pretty evenly matched here. We should have a good series here.
Absolutely. What I am not, or what I want to see is ban Nocturne. I think that is the
Yeah, or take the Nocturne.
or
Maybe
take the Nocturne.
Or take the Nocturne.
That's also a possibility. But that Nocturne, despite basically doing the least amount of damage on his team, right? He outdamaged everyone on the opposing team, but 8, 1, and 10, you would think he would be doing a lot more damage than that. But he was just so obnoxious. You have to play a very specific way
Obnoxious.
when
Good one.
there's a Nocturne on the team or on the opposing team. And I think the way to play around it is to just ban it, because then you don't have to worry about the global. You don't have to worry about getting dove. You don't have to worry about tracking the enemy jungle, or only tracking what side of the map he's on.
Definitely.
And instead, just take him out. Everything else, I think was fine. The Orin into Yorick went not the way we were expecting it, but if you're Unicorn Wizards, you can take the Orin again. That was fine. I think the Viego was a fine pick. Just the Nocturne got completely out of hand, and there was nothing that he could really do.
Definitely, yeah. I think with the 80 pick mid, they really had to win early, and Nocturne, it just shuts that down. Once he picked up those 2 kills, it was just wrapped up from there. Lucian, this Teo, he did the correct thing by forcing the plays. He overextended a little bit. He tried to force it. I think he had to, but the Nocturne just makes it black and scary.
Yeah, and we saw the Nocturne, or we saw the Lucian there in the mid lane really try, and was fairly successful in those early levels. He got 2 solo kills, I think, on the Malzahar.
Yep.
And it just kind of didn't matter, because the Nocturne just came in and killed him twice.
Exactly. I have to say though, this Nami, this Nautilus, they both did a great job. I'm a support main. I pay attention to support a little bit more. I'm a little biased. I thought this Nami played really well. She used all of her abilities, chain CC. I saw her land a bubble, then the ult, then the exhaust, and the bubble. Beautiful stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing both of these bot lanes play it out. I still think Unicorns has a chance here. It wasn't as decisive as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it really was not. I'm just going to check and see how long until game number 2. We might go to a quick break. I don't have a break screen. Let's make one on the fly. Okay, so it's a black screen. So what we need is text that says BRB. Okay. BRB. So we need text that says BRB. Then we need a image. An assault shaker.
Restroom break.
All right. And
No one has to take a
we will
poo-poo.
be back in a couple minutes. So don't go
Professor
anywhere.
getting excited.
And we will be right back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to game number 2 of BLF versus Unicorn Wizards. I'm still looking cabbage. That's still Rudy
This
Giuliani.
Rudy Giuliani, still here. My name's Beto, by the way, boys.
Beto.
Rudy Giuliani's it's just an alias. I moved my main account to Taiwan. I didn't realize I couldn't get it back, so
Oh, yeah,
my new main account is Rudy Giuliani.
Oh, actually, right now I notice I don't have a. Oh, sorry, that's my cat is stepping on my keyboard, so that's why you just saw something different. If you were watching stream for a couple of seconds, if you notice right now, something very interesting is actually you can account transfers are not disabled right now, which I feel like is very rare, right?
Yeah.
Account transfers are always disabled.
You know, it
Anyways.
was free to transfer to Taiwan, and I didn't realize I couldn't bring my account back.
Are you just not able to?
Yet, they have let me know. Riot has let me know that it's permanently there now.
Huh.
So soon I will be taking my ass to Taiwan to get my account back. I'm gonna walk in to the embassy and say, "Give me my freaking account back, dude." So we'll see. We'll see.
Let me know how that goes.
I will. I will.
You know, I'm rooting
I
for
will.
you, but
Thank you. Thank you.
I have to wonder, you know?
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get it back. but we'll see.
Anyways, we are here into Champion Select for game number 2. Mordekaiser and Yorick, the ones.
What's the worst that could happen?
This is Unicorn Wizards, I think, now on
Yeah,
the
Unicorns.
blue side. And there we go. Nocturne ban. That's what we all wanted to see. That's what we're all here for. The
We're all here for
Nocturne
that.
ban.
Very surprised they banned that Yorick. I think they're gonna pick Ornn again, honestly, unless it gets taken
that's
away
what
here.
I would do, you know?
So, I mean, maybe he didn't like the matchup. It looked like Yorick was starting to scale a little bit, but.
Oh yeah,
No,
towards
so-
the end, but I
Ooh.
think that was also the, I don't know how much of that was the Yorick and how much of that was like his team was so far ahead that it was fairly
That's true.
impossible for him to not be
Yeah,
ahead as well.
they threw him a few bones. Look at the Unicorns here taking Caitlyn away.
Yeah, I do like that, but we are seeing
like that too.
the Malzahar and the Maokai. Two of
There
my
it
least
is.
favorite, or of all the pairs to cast, least favorite of those two, because it's very difficult to, you can't just say Mouse and Mao. It's a little garbled.
That's true.
But anyways, Ornn here picked
There
up,
it is.
for Unicorn Wizards. Do like that.
So yeah, he must have not liked the Yorick matchup. I wonder if this top lane is a Yorick one trick.
That might be. I feel like Yorick is one of those champions that, like, how do I put this? Has a lot of one tricks. Like, I don't think there are
Definitely.
many like
Yeah.
people who casually play Yorick, right?
I don't think so either. Yeah, I think you're right there, Cabbage. That's a good point.
Like, I don't think there are a lot of people that play Yorick some of the time. I think you're all or nothing. And instead of the Yorick, we're going to see Illinois there. Alawi picked up. She's been really strong these past few patches. I'd like
Busted
to
champ.
see it. Always hate casting her because all of her abilities kind of sound the same.
Looks
Leap
like
of
we got a
faith.
question here in chat from Prophet. Is this lobby a regular draft or a tourney draft? I'm going to guess by the big letters there that say tournament draft that it's a tournament draft,
It's
but I
really-
could be
it's-
wrong.
It's impossible to know, frankly.
I'm unsure.
But we are seeing a Mumu being banned and the Morgana on the other side. I don't love the Nami pickup here, but I guess that was to make sure that Lucian Nami didn't go over
I
to
love the
side.
Nami pick here. I think if BLF kind of wanted like that Nami almost put these guys back in the game. I think that I would if I was on this team, if I was on BLF, I'm gonna say take out this Nami. I want to see what Raisin can do. I have a feeling they're like a Nami one trick.
My
They're
guess
so good on it.
is, the reason they picked Nami is because Raislin QR is a Nami one trick. Let's just quick go RAITSLIN QR.
Yeah.
Level 330. Just kind of put this on here.
Why can't we see names for the red team? That's because
I don't know.
Riot
I don't
Games is a
see-
small indie game
I don't
company.
see
It's free to
any
play,
Nami, I'm gonna be honest.
and they don't make any money. Oh, really? Maybe that's.
Who knows? Really.
They played it very well mechanically. It looked like it just could be a support diff though. We'll see. That Nautilus was also good. Ooh, we're
Jhin.
gonna see a Jhin here. Interesting pick.
Interesting pick there. Yeah, I don't. That is also a very interesting pick because Nami is technically a counter into the Jhin. When you throw the curtain call down, you just throw the tidal wave generally. In
Yeah,
his
just hold
direction.
on to it.
You can also.
It's going to be a good game here with BLF with the jungler not being all Nocturne, not being on a carry jungle. He's on a tank. We're going to have to see some of his teammates step it up here. Last game, that the BLF AD carry, I forget his name, he did first blood with the Caitlyn. No longer has it though, so we'll see.
Does have Jhin though. I feel like not quite as much first blood potential,
No.
but still there. You get a lot of very early chunks with the 4th shot and the dancing grenade combo.
Yeah, good point here by Prophet in chat saying saving support for last pick. I agree. I think I'm not too sure what the thought process here is. I think you know, maybe they're just trying to secure some of these picks.
I mean,
last
I
game
think
Maokai
the
was
thought
banned.
process was we're gonna pick Malzahar first because that's
Yeah.
what they just want the Malzahar pick. Once you do that, the thing that's really interesting, if we want to really break down this draft, the thing that's interesting is the Pantheon was left towards last when they could have, from Unicorn Wizards here, they could have picked the Pantheon in response to the Malzahar. Because the Malzahar can't really be flex picked. The Maokai, you assume, is going into the jungle once you also see
It could be a support pick, but
yeah, once you
unlikely.
see the Alawi, but probably not.
Yeah.
So they saved the Thresh as the counter to the Nami, which Thresh is a counter to the Nami. You have a decent amount of damage on your E poke with the passive that you get from it, from the Flay. You also just have the Flay. According to OP.GG, at least it was when I was a Nami main, Thresh is like the highest win rate support versus Nami.
I love Thresh versus Nami as a support main myself. It's great, especially with Jhin.
Like,
if I was Unicorn tier, I'd be shaking in my boots if I was his bot lane.
I never thought it was that bad, but I also think that like out of all the hook supports, Thresh is like by far the easiest one to dodge.
Definitely.
And that's really the that's why it's the counter is because Thresh, if you get hooked or if you get flayed backwards as Nami, you probably die. Just
exactly.
You have very little self peel for yourself. But like the counter to that is just like if you dodge the hook, there's not that much that Thresh can do.
He's also very exposed to that bubble. When he throws that hook and misses, he's just stationary. And if it's not hitting the Nami, then the Nami's going to land a bubble. So it can be a little risky. Most of the times it's better for this Thresh to just hold on to his hook until, you know, they're going to guarantee. Maybe this Jhin lands a W and then Thresh gets a free hook and then whoever gets caught up in that is just dead.
Absolutely.
Or blowing sums.
The one thing that I don't really like about this Unicorn Wizard comp is how low, like, it's with the exception of Caitlyn, this is a very low range comp. However, it is super dive heavy. This comp wants to be in melee range of you and wants to kill you, which I don't
definitely
love into Alawi, Maokai, Malzahar. I think it's fine into Jhin because you can dive a Jhin. What's he going to do about it? But like the amount of anti-dive that Alawi, Maokai, Malzahar have is kind of insane.
It's going to be a good game. This is going to be, they're going to punch each other in the mouths very early and all game most likely. It's going to be great. Someone asked, is this a best of 3 or 5? I have no clue, to be honest with you, but I'd imagine it's a best of 3. I would be surprised. I'm probably going to leave after 3 games. So
I was told it's a best of 3. Okay, so we have 1 minute left. Who do you have for this game? Do you have BLF just taking it in 2, or do you have Unicorn Wizards tying this one up?
You know, for the stream, I want to say that Unicorns is going to win here, but if I'm being honest with everybody, I think BLF is going to take this over. I'm starting to think that BLF baited the Ornn pick, and then they grabbed this Alawi, and they're just going to smash his brains out. But but we'll see. You know, the Diana is super scary. Pantheon, if he gets the ball rolling, you know, they could just win the game off of that. I think you know, mid lane's going to be very important. If Pantheon doesn't get it going, then he's not going to scale. He's going to be useless, and they'll lose. So again, looks like Unicorns kind of picked an early game comp here. The Caitlyn, she wants to just AFK push and get that lead. If that doesn't happen, she's also useless. So we'll see.
I mean, there's a huge amount of feast or famine champions in this game. Pretty much the only one who isn't feast or famine, I want to say, is Ornn.
Yeah, Ornn.
Maybe Malzahar.
Yeah, it's a. I've gotten wrecked. I have vivid memories of Diana's ripping me a new asshole in solo queue, so I want to say that she's busted, but I just don't know. I don't know if that's just my mids getting gapped.
The thing about all right, I'm gonna pause at 15 seconds here. So
all right, I'm gonna pause here.
Okay. All right, are you
Pause.
good?
I'm good.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1. All right. And as everyone in Twitch chat now knows, that's how.
Oh, wait a second. I'm sorry, Cabbage, to interrupt you. Are you at 30 seconds? Mine didn't pause. It sent a pause request.
Time controls. I am not. What are you at?
Why don't you? You could pause and play, I guess. I don't know if you want to do that. I'm at 42, 43, 44. I could speed it up, I guess. I don't know.
Here, I am at 50 right now.
I'm at 51, 52,
okay.
53.
Just watch my stream. I think that'll be the easiest.
I'll watch your stream, bud.
That'll be the easiest. Anyways, for all of you in Twitch chat, if you want to know how to stream League of Legends, that's generally how you do it. You have two people in the same chat. You either do one person is in the thing, streams to Discord, or you try and sync up the pause timers, and of course that doesn't always work because the spectator client is kind of terrible. It's definitely, like, I understand why it's not a priority.
I don't. This game's fucking huge and has a huge community with people do shit like this. I feel like it should be an easy fix. I'm not a coder though, but you know, it's a small game. They don't make too much money.
Well, I think the other problem is that I'm not really sure if like I don't think any pro leagues really use the spectator client. I think they kind of have their own.
Yeah, that's
stuff.
true.
So
they ignore the small man.
There isn't a reason that way to put any money into it. But anyways, here we are into the game. We see a Thresh death sentence go a little bit wide. Robo is a hobo trying to clear out these tentacles on the side of the map. That's going to be what he wants to do. That, and you dodge the test of fate or test of spirit, I think is what it's called. Out from Alawi, and that's just how you win that. Death sentence goes wide.
Just going out.
That looked really dangerous.
It did, certainly. He's a little exposed there. We'll see that Nami almost lost her life, or Flash.
I actually thought that was going to hit, but it didn't lollipop in the way that I really thought it was going to. But this is a much calmer early game, I feel like, than what we would have seen before. No first blood quite yet.
Definitely. And they don't really, they pushed it a little too hard here. The Unicorns got it in a weird spot, but it's okay. This is Caitlyn's game right here. This is where she wants to be. They got to just be careful about the early gank. I know they're worried about it. But yeah, they're playing their game right now.
Yeah,
definitely exposed to a hook.
Well, I think what you do here is the Caitlyn, especially against Thresh, is here we see Nagus Assault.
There we go, pop that.
There we go, trying to get a decent amount of those Void Links down, but wasn't able to get them.
Good try by the Pantheon. He needs to pop that spell shield with a Q before he goes in like that. He wasted his stun on the spell shield, and it just cost him the trade.
Ooh, but that's going to be a
there's the hook.
Play in. That should just be a dead Nami. Flashing out, bubble goes wide. Nobi Nate trying to get something.
Run down.
So let's see if this is
Jin
going to be a
ghost.
trade back as Diana is here. Crescent Strike does go in. That's going to be a lot of damage. And Nami Nate is solo Nusa, not able to get it. But a 1-for-1 overall. But first
Yeah,
blood.
and there it is. You land the hook. Jin landed the W. Nami got force flash, and then Jin ran her down with Ghost. You know, I think Boom, a player named TG Boom, Gabagool Gaming, he started that Ghost AD carry movement. Takes it every game. Super annoying. But well done. Nami had a great bubble in the end.
That's a flash ward uncommon. Trying to get the
Oh, there it
splash
is.
back as Robo's Hobo. Dodging out really well here. Does have the flash available. Might not even need to use it. And he's clear. And that's a flash down from the enemy junglers. Robo's a Hobo even going to stay around a little bit longer. Just baiting his Comet Spear. Does land
There it
on
is.
Schmeat.
Spell shield's
Can be
down.
a good spell
But
vault, but now
there it
Rasslin is in the mid lane. Aegis Assault doing
He's
so
got his
much.
boys.
And that's going to be Taeyu getting
There
one
it
in the mid
is.
lane.
Well done. See, there it is. He popped it with the Q, and then he got in that S. Even though his wave was pushed,
Absolutely.
he said, "But fuck it," and got in there.
Because Robo's Hobo here is pretty much even on CS. I think he's going to be a couple down, but I mean, as Ornn, who cares? He just got flash from the top lane. You feel good as Ornn if you make them waste abilities and you get out alive. Like that's your job. Is just kind of don't die. But
Just
he,
buys in the lane. He's chilling.
yeah,
Tries
he
to
has-
keep his health full.
He has access to he built the Bramble Vest now, so he's super chilling, especially against the Illinois there, up in the top lane.
L plus Bald saying Nosa's all up in there like swimwear. We'll see. Early kill on him.
Let's see, as unfortunately here for Taeyu, in this mid lane, as he still is getting pushed in by the Malzahar, is the one downside of Pantheon Metis. 2 different headshots and the Piltover Peacemaker. Good Caitlyn combos there is the Nabi Nate. Sorry, I keep reading that as Nabi, but it's Newbie. The Newbie Nate
Nami Nate.
is going down to about half as now Raceland feeling pretty comfy to just walk up and start throwing abilities.
Look at this. You see, I got a hot take here. I think this BLF Nami is just not as good as Raceland.
Oh, but there we go. That's so much damage.
it is
What a
Raceland.
good ult from
Shit.
Taeyu from downtown. A good shield batch there as well to set up the trap. 2 kills there. Super easy from the roam from Taeyu.
This is it. This is it. This is exactly what their comp needs. This is what they need to do.
And they're going to start this dragon stacking very early.
Love to see it.
Heroic Starfall or something like that is what the Pantheon ult is called, I want to say. But now another attempted gank in the top lane, and Robo's Hobo's just going to dodge it out. Taeyu here. Comet Spear.
Clear Vision is going to charge up the Q. Knocked it off.
Good
There it is.
bubble there. Schmeat is now burning down. It should be a dead Schmeat, but it may trade one back.
Nami's
as
out of auto.
Nami had to
There it
auto
is.
that one,
Good.
but a shutdown going over into the pockets of
I was going to make this
Malzahar.
comment earlier. This Nami's missing out on a lot of auto attacks, but there it seemed like she realized she had to get him in there.
And I feel like that is really the kind of Nami trade. If you need to go in as ult is coming down here from Alawi.
Can't
Trying
stand
to-
in that. That hurts, man. See, this is it. That is why I think BLF, you know, the Stunlock baited this Ornn pick and picked Alawi. Notice they got through. It seems pretty
Unfortunately.
effective.
Caitlyn there did miss that cannon. Looks like it. Robo's a Hobo still up here in the bot lane. I don't think he's back
Yes.
yet so far this game.
No, he has
is
TP.
Ornn.
He's got to take the L here.
Yeah, just go back. You're getting poked out. You're losing.
Got
so
5
much
gold though. He
pressure.
did get 5 gold. Right now he needs to reset. Why is he in lane? He has to just press B. He has the
I mean,
TP.
I'm not a top laner, so I don't
Me neither.
like know these matchups, but I feel like this feels like an overstay to me. Like, yes, he's Ornn. Yes, he can outplay a lot of things, but I think that you would get more CS and not be pushed under tower if you
Definitely.
went back and reset. Sure, you're not going to have your teleport. And the
Yeah,
other
and you know, if this was a you know, a higher level game here, I think Alawi would be begging to God, to his Maokai to come dive this
Oh yeah,
Ornn
you just
and
dive
punish
this
that. Exactly.
You have the ability now. It's level 8 Alawi, level 6 Maokai. Sure, it's an Ornn, and you really don't want to dive that, but he's like 200 HP. Just dive him. Okay, he finally backed. He's good now.
He backed.
Oh, Nusa trying to do something good.
Oh,
Bubble
the
there.
flash.
Wrestling even
There it is.
pulls or walks
Threshold
through
Ooh,
the
there
box
it is.
right there to make
Noza.
sure that no one else gets it.
This is what they need to do. They need to keep forcing these plays. I mean, I still think. Oh, a little action going on in the top lane.
It's fine. And see, this is actually because that action in the top lane actually showed. We need the Comet Spear right here so you can try and break.
Here it is.
Void ult right there, but wasn't able to do it.
Pantheon has flash. He has flash. He's baiting. He's waiting for Diana.
Diana in the.
She's here.
In. Tidal wave
That
coming up, but
Maokai's
does
ass is
miss.
grass. Ooh, missed the tidal wave. Missed the bubble. Got the minions though.
And
Counts
that's
for
just going to be a
something.
phase rush Maokai, getting 3, walking out. Yeah, I mean, good news for Pantheon there is his team was able to cover him and get him out right there. Nosa, unfortunately, did have to use Flash for that and didn't get anything for it. Not what you want to see on the Diana, especially level 7 wants to be able to flash in to get that Lunar Rush in and then the ult.
Yeah, you know this. This Pantheon did save his flash, and Mal's used his. So hopefully, you know, they kept track of that, and they you know, get the Nusa back mid here.
Oh, but that was
yeah, this is
not quite enough. As Schmidt is burned down once again, and oh my God, he just explodes. That's the flash
that
out
was
from
insane
Uncommon.
pathing. I don't know where that dude was going.
I
He
have
looked
no
lost.
idea where all that damage came from.
Hey, Nosa's,
But-
you know, this is what they do. This is their early game champs. This is it.
Yeah, absolutely, and that is
They're falling to it.
pushing Maokai off of this Rift Herald as well. So it should be first Rift Herald over into the pockets of the Unicorn Wizards here. 7-2, only about 100 or
Ooh,
1,000
they let-
gold, but now, okay,
Nosa going in.
is going
Ulti
in.
comes out. She's out though.
Oh, and that's going to be a really
Daddy Ornn's
big
here.
Ornn horn. Good bubble as well as Noose is trying to do something. Straight very
Look
low.
at these
the
guys
play
just jumping in. Punch him in the fucking mouth. Oh my God.
as double kill, but now Schmidt is
BLF's
here.
jaws are aching. Jesus.
That is just going to be the Rift Herald. Started up once again. Everyone is so low. Good shield bash, but
going
that
back
might
in
just be
there.
the Nami going down. No,
Another
he's gonna
tidal
get
wave
it.
whiff.
Robo's a hobo. No mana here. Noosa the only one with any mana, but he's now 1 versus the enemy mid laner, and he's going to burn down. This shouldn't be enough to kill him, but maybe the Malefic Visions is
Got that
burning down,
shield.
and that's going to be a shutdown. And the blue buff going over into the pockets of
Leandri's OP.
Schmidt. But here, Robo's a hobo's here, but he has no mana either. And that was just
These guys need to reset.
a huge overstay there by
Crazy
the
play.
Unicorn Wizards. They're still in it. That's still quite...
Still anyone's game. I mean, the gold lead, look, it's not much. It's, you know,
I think Schmidt...
1,500. I can barely read it.
Yeah,
can
Schmidt
barely
is
read.
actually the one here doing kind of the work for his team, the really shining light for his team. I think Jin's doing fine as well. But Schmidt 2-3, not the greatest score line, but if we go over and to look at the gold, he's 500 gold up on the Pantheon, who's 5-1-2, and he's 2 levels up on the Pantheon. And I think a lot of that is the Pantheon has been roaming. He's been trying to get his team
roaming.
ahead.
Yeah, he's been trying to get
has
his,
worked.
and he's getting CS gapped. I mean, what's that called when you get doubled? I forget. Someone in the chat remind me.
Okay, but here we're going to see the Pantheon ult come down, not quite tall enough, and Jin knew what was coming down. He's going to get out of there, but that should be the tower go down. No, as Malzahar is going to push down the tower in mid as they did get that. This should be the Maokai just being able to get out of this one. Oh, but Uncommon will
my
go
God.
down right here.
Thresh
Moon
missing the
Call
hook.
stops that. Tamio
Puts
is
ult.
on a rampage.
Nice tidal wave.
Bit of trading going on in the top lane. But unfortunately, that mid lane tier 1 did go down for the Unicorn Wizard. Schmidt, as BLF did get that first Rift Herald that they just used Schmidt's pressure of what he did as Malzahar. Sure, he got out-roamed, but he outpushed them, got the plates, they got the Rift Herald, put it down, and that's first tower. That's so much pressure for this team. Just sitting there now. As Stunlock having not a great time in this lane. Presley's
There's
QR
Alawi
just
ulti.
all over.
Staying in there. Nami bubble misses.
Horn coming down. I don't know if they have the damage here as they do.
I
Robo
think
is
they do with that
going to
Nami.
go down.
Uh-oh. Nami's out. She flashed. Flame Horizon is when you get 100 CS. There it is.
Yes.
Oh, it's 100 CS. I thought it was doubled. We need a new one. Professor
don't-
said it's Space Nuts, I think. I don't know what the Astros
Space
are.
AIDS is the community name for Malefic Visions, Malzahar E.
Oh, Space AIDS. I gotcha.
Because that's
That's actually the Diana's child is watching. Daddy Jungler, Daddy Diana.
a little lull in the game right here. We have 3.5 minutes until the next dragon. Unfortunately, for Unicorn Wizards,
Yes,
It
it's
is-
great for BLF actually
yes,
to just
because
buy their time. They're scaling.
Well, I was going to say, unfortunately for Unicorn Wizards, this is a chem tank map, which is by far the worst soul to get. But now Schmidt using the flash, actually duking out Noosa right there as we are in the
Oh my
2v2.
God.
Schmidt's just going to go down as Noosa may burn down here. I think he should be out as Robo Zahobo, just wanting to
Now's
disengage
on
this one.
instantly.
Uncommon flashing forward. Robo Zahobo. He's still Ornn. He does not quite have ult,
Oh
but he's
my
full
God.
HP. I think he's fine.
You know, that mouse did die, but I hope that Diana has ankle insurance because she just got juked. It was, you hate to see the
Robo
child.
Hobos.
in-
That was
oh my God.
such a good just use of him getting
There's
back.
Maokai
There is
on.
Uncommon now, having to run for his life. Noosa is there, but I don't
This is
think
chaotic.
he wants to go in. Now down in the bot lane. See a little bit as Robo Zahobo wants to keep this tower up.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much longer that's going to last. He does have access to
He's got to break
TP.
that. He's got to break that Alawi ASAP if he wants to live there. Maybe reset. He has TP. He's holding on to that TP for his dear life.
Yeah. This is definitely going to be a reset, but no,
Oh,
that's
Nami with the
so
hook.
tragic. The death sentence
This
hit,
is-
but then the flame missed.
Yep.
And the Nami's just going to walk that one out. Robo is a hobo. He really is looking unhealthy, as is his tower. He does have access to the ultimate, so maybe he can outplay this, but Ruby Nate just going to take a lot of
Nice
damage
little
right
combo. Ooh, just missed the hook.
Tidal wave
Oh,
going
here
in.
it is.
Nami
Beautiful.
Bubble does miss. Ace in the hole, going to take one out. Not the one he was
Beautiful. Well
aiming
done.
for, but now Uncommon trying to do something. Wrestling QR in the alcove,
Let's see.
really not where he wants to
Graceland's
be.
dodging.
Going to do a lot of good dodging. That's a bubble gone wide.
she saved
and
her
now
AD.
there's even
Or did she?
more.
Up.
And
Forces
the
the
weird,
flash.
just deciding to walk this one out, but Noosa is here. Schmidt buying a lot of space for his team. Uncommon. About level 1, that was a terrible
Oh
open.
my
It
God,
didn't
this
matter
Diana
as
is
the
choking.
Pantheon from downtown picks one up.
Daddy Pan saves the day. That Roman's starting to pay off.
Yeah, and that should be the first tower here for the Unicorn Wizards as well, evening up the score 2-1, and this gold lead should start reflecting how the Unicorn Wizards feel in this game. I think once we start seeing these towers fall in their favor.
Yeah. Yeah, this is it. This is what they want to see. I don't think they're pushing the button though. We gotta speed it up here. These guys are scaling. This Malzahar is getting big. Look at that CS gap. It's widening.
Unfortunately for the Malzahar team, his ultimate only targets one person. And when you have an Ornn, Diana, Pantheon, Caitlyn running at you, it kind of doesn't matter.
That's true. That is true.
And I also think that
So much easier ways to pop that passive
he
too.
is so much of his team's damage at this point. I am a little worried for the damage profile of BLF as we get later in this game. Stunlocked went for the hull breaker, so
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he?
he's not going
Oh,
to
look
be
at that.
particularly useful in any of these fights, but that's just going to be strong.
There it is.
Absolutely destroyed by the Diana and by the Pantheon right there. This third dragon should go easily into the pockets of Unicorn Wizards, bringing us to Soul Point here at 19 minutes.
Well done. These, you know, this
Uncommon wants to do
this
something
Pant
about
Diner
it.
is just synced up. They're just synced up this game. Complete opposite from last game.
And I actually really want to give Raceland QR a lot of credit this game. I didn't
Definitely.
think he was doing that great last game, despite all the praises of him that you gave him. But he
Yeah,
he is hella out-roamed this Thresh.
Yes.
1, 2, and 11,
Which is surprising.
versus 0, 6, and 1. Yeah, I don't think a Nami's supposed to outroam a Thresh and have, like, the Caitlyn was just fine in lane. And even kind of won. It Robo's a hobo here, unfortunately taking pretty much all of that leap of faith.
Definitely, yeah, this Nami again is coming through. This is why I said you got to take this Nami away here. Look at the KP difference. I mean, there's also, you know, huge kill difference, but
I don't really know if they
there it
really
is.
entirely
Ah!
want this. The Stunlock is maybe going to go down. Robo's a hobo getting really low, but now no ultimates available. Wrestling QR.
This Nami's
flashing
going in
to
with
get
the
it.
bubble.
He's gonna get it with the ebb and
there
flow.
it is. Oh my God, just asserting, just letting him know. Here comes the Thresh though. This Nami's in trouble.
Oh, good dodge here, but this should be going
There it
down,
is.
and that's going to be the ultimate. Maybe one trades back as Anakin the Weird is going to do quite a bit, and oh my God, Thresh didn't even dodge.
Oh!
He's in the hole. That's more mouths going down.
No play, no
And
nothing.
then because of that, the Thresh was left completely alone. Teu here in the 2v1. He doesn't want to be here. No ultimate, or ultimate is available. He will go down. Shut down, going over onto the Jhin, where you want to see it if you're a VLF fan. Yeah, that was a comedy of errors. I do have sort of a replay on my, because I have the Twitch stream open on one of my other monitors, and I have the, because I have a stream delay on.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was simply the Thresh just not blocking it.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say other than you gotta block those.
Hey, you know, it's
like,
probably a lack of communication. I don't, you know, this.
I don't even think that's a
You're in the
lack
moment,
of communication. That just feels like a.
Is that what we call a tilter? That's
That's
definitely a
just
tilter
like-
if I'm
yeah.
the Caitlyn. Or if I'm the,
yeah, if you're the
who was
Malzahar.
it? Yeah, the Malzahar.
But like, if you're support, you like no matter what. I feel like if you're a support, you take the ace in the hole for your mid laner. Like even
Definitely.
if you die for it.
Definitely. My mid laner would probably just AFK if that happened to him.
A little disconnect and reconnect, but I'm sure it's fine. Something that I do notice is we can toggle vision a little bit here. There is very little vision for BLF really anywhere. Oh, as we are going into a slight fight here. Teu caught out once again, but the rest of his team is collapsing onto him. Nature's Grasp only does so
need to get in
much.
there.
Nusa is here, but that's going to be a 2-for-1 overall as Stunlocked tries to get something back. But now this is 3 members near the bear in 22 minutes. Do they want to go for it? Thresh and Jhin are going to push down mid. Let's see, I don't see any pings onto the Baron, but they might start it up.
Got something out of it.
And it looks like they're going to. Robo is a hobo here. Your goal is just don't die. Make sure Schmeat cannot TP in. Let's see. Schmeat looking for the TP. Ornhor needs to come down right now, and that TP is going to go in. Oh, but Schmeat just goes down. Flash out forced with the death sentence, and they're right back on the Baron.
You know, it's tragic. I would like to see this Malzahar. He got Void Staff second item. I would love to see the Rylai's maybe kite some of these guys. Could have helped
going
here.
to be an easy
Ooh, hook
bear.
landed. There's the
Teu
combo.
is here. Struck's going to go
Knocked him
down.
out.
Raceland almost dying. Oh my God, that was like 2 HP. As Jhin should be able to make it out. 4th shot gives you quite a bit of speed. 19 HP. Not even close, baby. Not even close. 24-8, but
Well
only
done.
a 4,000 gold lead here at 23.5 minutes. 30 seconds until the 3rd or the 4th dragon of the game. You have to imagine this will be Soul here. Unfortunately, it is Chemtank Soul. Not the greatest, but Stunlocked, you're gonna go down here unless your ultimate does so
It's a
much
2v1.
more than
Let's see. This is
expected.
what Alawi does.
All right. Oh, but Noosa actually is going to go down to 100
There it
HP. He
is.
should be able to get out, but now Robo Zobo does not have all that much damage here. Stunlock doing the 1v4, but not able to get anything. But Noosa now.
Damn, just got sniped, headshotted.
Noosa luckily has the red buff, so should be able to get a lot of that HP back right here before this dragon does spawn. But it is a 4v5, as we've said it every other dragon fight. I think except for the first one, it's a 4v5 here. Uncommon needs to try and get a lucky steal, but he's not going to be allowed to. And that's Unicorn Wizards wearing purple, wearing green with the Chem Tank soul. And these towers are done for. That's what I'm going to say.
Definitely. Yeah, this is it right here. I think one more shot by these guys, and they might be able to close it out. Unless BLF can find the time, maybe they give Soul and play for Elder.
Maybe, but
I don't see it happening, but
All right, with the remainder of the Baron, they only have about a minute left here. What they want to do, or what I want to see Unicorn Wizards do, is try and break the base. If they're not able to do that, I want to at least see some of these towers go down and try and balloon this lead. But it looks like BLF is going to do a fairly good job on the defense here. Malawi going down into the bot lane, forcing the Ornn to respond means that they can't really overwhelm one side. Stunlock is going to take a decent amount of damage from the tower right here. Oh, but Uncommon, he's just going to go down. Oh, but maybe this was really bad. But no, who was it bad for? As everyone is dead on the side of BLF, and that's going to be at least an inhib turret. That was such a good fight. That was what they needed to do from BLF. They got the Caitlyn, and it just did not matter.
Right before Baron buff falling off, too. That was great.
And that's going to be inhib number 1, falling at about 26 minutes. Stunlocked. Oh, my God. Where did this HP go?
Yeah, this bot lane, this Caitlyn, they played their game from level 1. Just AFK pushed it, just established the lead, and this is what happens.
Absolutely. Now a 10,000 gold lead here for Unicorn Wizards right here. So far in the series, if you pick Caitlyn, you win the game. So I think game 3, that's probably what we're going to see. But now, oh, that Caitlyn is absolutely dead, but that's so much used for her.
There it is. That's the 1,000 gold shutdown. Who'd that go over to? Maokai?
That went over.
Tragic.
Onto the Maokai, yes. That is not where you want to see it. I think they probably could have waited a little bit, given that one onto the Malzahar, onto the Jhin, which is where you really want it.
Yeah.
I also, if the team wasn't as split, I think Unicorn Wizards could have still won the team fight, because that was Thresh Hook, Maokai ult, I think, and Malzahar ult, all for Caitlyn. And once you have that, there's not much left in the tank for the team in the team fight.
What's the Baron and Dragon timer at here?
Baron is at about 80 seconds here.
Oh, I see it over here on the right.
A
Okay,
minute and
there
15,
we go.
and Dragon is in about 240. So here for
All
Unicorn
right.
Wizards, push out mid, push out top, deny vision, deny. Kill
Exactly,
if
you
you
can
are
see it.
Robo Zahobo, just in the top lane casually. That's what you're going to want to do.
Definitely. You see the Nami top side getting the push.
Oh no, but now Robo
Get this-
Zahobo, he actually didn't get the kill. Flashing out himself, maybe able to get it.
Running back home.
Grass, trying to get
Caitlyn's
it,
coming
not
down.
going to get the untargetable quite enough, and a shutdown. Going over into the pocket of Stunlock.
There it is.
First kill
It's not
of
over
the
yet.
game.
It is not over yet. This is very winnable by BLF. This is.
But
They
they
can still do it.
traded their top lane their top laner for
Definitely.
a top lane turret. Bought a lot of time. This might even be a second turret for them. Malawi still pushing in the bot lane. Does have access to teleport, but so does Robo as a hobo. And he's just going to get up, teleport to Baron, and they'll be able to take it as Baron's available in 15 seconds. Robo is a hobo up in about 20. that's not enough of a difference that it really matters. As here, I like what the Unicorn Wizards are doing, just continuing to push, putting pressure on the base. Sure, Alawi split pushing, but oh no.
Baron's ready for them to get at any moment.
They got a turret. Now you push, you recall back or walk backwards, put vision in this top lane jungle, and then you just go on to Baron, and it looks like BLF doesn't even have a response.
This is the nail in the coffin. No, they can't. You're
let
right.
the Baron go. That was a flash, I think, but I'm not entirely certain.
I didn't
Either
see
way,
any.
Baron secured there for the Unicorn Wizards, trying to bring this one to a game number 3, 29-10 in a 30-minute game. 8,000.
You would have thought, hey, I had them counted out here. I was dead wrong. Don't listen to anything I say. It's not over yet, though. These guys could still, you know.
I mean, it is the Elder. This is where
It's a
games
pick.
are lost. Let's hear Schmidt no longer has his passive shield. But Anakin the Weird, a little caught out, having to flash right there, get away from the death sentence. He knew if he gets caught out, but now Anakin the Weird caught out, even though that was all set. He's just going to go down. No, he doesn't. He flashes out. He's trying to get away, and he does go down, but everyone dies trying to overextend for him. Schmidt goes down.
That Pantheon's going to fall.
Dead. It's a 2 for 3 overall, but everyone has to run for the hills as Nusa and Robo Zahobo should be able to pick up this Elder. Oh, and that's going to be 1 second. Nexus turret going to go down. No, it's so close. But either way, this is going to be Elder here for the 2 remaining members of this team. Robo Zahobo, a little aggressive of a teleport.
Doing his thing. He's about to 1v5.
Stunlocked here.
He has
you want to go
Look,
back. I think if Stunlocked attacks him, I think he just dies.
Oh, he's running.
What? Stunlocked, you were at
his
the execute limit.
Sneaky breath.
No.
Jesus.
Why did you go in? All right, everyone gets 1. Either way, Nusa and Robo Zahobo here did get 1 turret for their team. Looking for another inhib here. A Stunlock 30 seconds to respawn, but the rest of the team is up. The waves are somewhat pushed out, so I think that this should just be a reset moment for Nusa and Robo Zahobo. Yeah, they're just trying to be a little bit annoying with the remaining Baron buff. I think what we really need to look for this next fight is the positioning for Anakin the Weird. We've seen him hard carry fights, and we've seen him get collapsed on multiple times now. Die and nearly cost his team the fight. Luckily, they're so far ahead that him dying doesn't matter as much. So we'll have to see. Trevu trying to do something. The front line, but that's going to be Robo Zahobo on a killing spree.
That
Elder just does too much, man. This is
miss.
going to be a triple kill for the Ornn.
Ornn with the Diana stealing a quadrant.
And that should be game number 1 for the Unicorn Wizards, bouncing back after a fairly devastating game number 1. Game number 2 going into their pockets, and we have a series. Game number 3 should be up.
We have a series on our hands. This is great. Unicorns got it done. They picked the early game comp, and it paid off.
Absolutely. Here, looking at damage, unsurprisingly, Caitlyn, top of the charts once again, 11, 2, and 10. I mean, what can you say? Pick, if you're on blue, just first pick Caitlyn, and you win, I guess.
Definitely
easy.
I'm really excited to see game 3 and see these bans. I think it's gonna be great. We're gonna see some champs taken away here that were picked on both sides. Hey, this Raistlin Nami, showed up, popping off.
Stunlocked said in chat, I did a little trolling, genuinely didn't realize they had gotten Elder as they killed themselves attacking an Ornn with Elder at 28 or 20% HP. So the Bramble Vest just killed them. You hate to see it in some regards, but you also love to see it. It is quite funny. One thing that I do want to point out
getting
before
ready
we go
quick.
into this champion select is Tevu. Least damage, really, besides Maokai, which, I mean, you're not really expecting to do that much, but 7, 4,
Yeah.
and 10, you would expect more. That's not me flaming him. That's
No, he, it's Pantheon.
that's
He
Pantheon.
he got it done early, and then, wasn't too impactful late, but he was still able to all get his stuns off, get his abilities off, mitigate the damage with the E.
Yeah.
I'm playing with a pocket knife as I cast. I think I just cut myself, but I'll be all right. This is gonna be a great game. I just love that game. That we knew they were gonna just go in and be aggressive, and that's really what it was the whole game. And Unicorns just had the better comp for it. Oh shit! Look at me. I gotta get into the spectate here. Someone could jump out.
Well, the spectator is currently filled up, so we need someone to jump up so that you can go down. Let's see. We can do a little bit of while we're here. We can do some looking at rating different people's.
Oh yeah, true. Look at
icons,
this.
right? So we have Stunlocked running. That looks like Rakan. I don't know what that is. Mostly, I want to point out Schmeat running the 2015 Unicorns of Love. I think that is World's icon. Mad respect. Of course, I'm running the Season 2 Bronze icon because I was Bronze in Season 2.
My icon's just dog shit. I don't have anything on this account. It's depressing. If anyone wants to gift me
Udyr, I
RP
think.
to
What
buy
is
things,
that?
you can.
That's the
It's a
deer,
little-
the Spirit Guardian. Was that event? Whatever skin line that is.
Wait, for whose?
The newbie Nate.
Let's see.
That was not Spirit Guardian. The spirit whatever it was, but it's the deer.
Yeah, some weeb shit. Looks good.
It is that. I would call it weeb shit.
Let's see what we got here. What are these guys saying? Someone had to take a poo-poo.
Nosa is level 709. I'm not flaming anyone because I'm 4. You can't. Hold on, I need to move some people. I'm 438, right? So like, I spend a lot of time playing this game, but like 709, that's a lot.
Yeah. You know what it is? You know what that means to me? It means you're not toxic. That's what that means.
That is
your
what
account
that
has
means.
not been banned.
Yeah.
That's very good. If you notice my level, it's 91. This is probably it's probably the longest time I've been unbanned, So
Schmeat
I'm doing
also
really good. I'm
rocking the
reformed.
bronze. See, the thing is, like, right, Schmeat's level 195 with the bronze level 2 as well. So I've played approximately double the amount of games he has, but we've both been playing for 10 years, and that's terrifying. Just to
Really
think
having
about,
fun with these
unless
sprints
Schmeat has different accounts or something. I only have this one. It's too difficult to get all of the champions on one account, so I just play on the one. What else is there? I guess we can. Can we? Oh, we can't look at. We can't. I was hoping we could look at people's profiles.
I thought I think there's a bit of a division gap, a rank gap between these two teams. Let me check here. But you really, looking at them play fives, you really can't notice it. BLF kind of picked the comp, did their thing game 1. Game 2, Unicorns picked an aggressive comp and made it work. Just a back and forth game. Let me see what their ranks are here.
Let's see. According to op.gg, Stunlocked is Bronze 2, Uncommon is Bronze 2, Schmeat is Silver 2, the newbie Nate is Plat 2, and Stralks is bronze 2. So they're basically all bronze except for the newbie Nate, who's plat 2.
Oh yeah.
As someone who has gotten to plat 2 before once, plat 2 is like right where the game gets hard. Is what I'll say. Like, I don't have to think at all in bronze, silver, gold. And like you have to think a little bit in plat, but like not too hard. But like once you get to plat 2, you start playing with like diamonds, and that's when you start needing to like really think about, okay, how do I punish him for every CS? How do I play this matchup? Where do I need to be? And then
you also have to deal with the ego players, the D4 ego players, plat ego. They kind of all develop an ego and
like,
just.
I know people say that like, my rank is the worst. Nope, like Diamond 4. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's
legitimately terrible. I don't know if it's any. I don't know if it gets worse or better like above Diamond 4, but like, holy god,
There's a Nocturne band coming back out.
But yeah, here we are into game number 3. Nocturne ban. We're seeing the Pantheon and the Ornn ban here knocked out. What I like about that is I have an opinion on especially amateur league. If you like, especially like this, ban what worked for them, because that forces them to have to do something else. And
yeah,
maybe they don't like a solid percent, like a solid like 70% of the time, they don't have any other strategy, right? And you can just win. You give up game 1, and then you're like, oh, we simply ban the Nocturne, and then they can't do anything. But this is the kind of the flip side of, oh, let's ban the Ornn. What else they got? And that's always my opinion. If you're in these best of 3 situations, if you lose game 1, just ban whatever you think. Like, maybe keep 1 or 2 of the original bans, but like, if there is an obnoxious person on the enemy team, just ban them.
Yeah.
See what else they got in the tank.
Here comes the Twitch. Oh, the Jarvan slips through. Uh-oh. This could be a mistake.
Jarvan coming through because of those bans. I don't know how much I love the Twitch being first picked, especially with
let's see.
Jarvan available, and you knowing that that is what BLF
They're not worried.
wanted to play. Or that's... Yeah, wait, no, BLF is on the blue side right here. Yeah. Knowing what the Unicorn Wizards
I
wanted
think so,
to do.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's them.
Okay, yeah, Varela Sensei. There are ego players in bronze and iron, but like, they're not good. So you can just like an ego player in bronze. It's not hard to out ego them, but the problem is like, ego players in Diamond 4 usually have the mechanics. They just are stupid and die once and then tilt off the face of the earth. But anyways, Kindred and Nautilus being picked here. So that's going to be a Kindred jungle. Not something we see all that much unless your name is Pyrosic. That is going to be a Twitch Nautilus bot lane. Scion, Jarvan, and
there it is, the Nami again. They're just handing it over. And you know that's Raistlin popping off. I didn't want to give away strategy. The boys are in the stream here. I would take that freaking Nami away the second
I like
the
Malzahar ban. Force him onto something
Dude, like
else.
It. But hey, maybe again we saw BLF bait the Ornn pick with Alawi. Maybe they just baited.
Maybe
they just baited the Nami pick.
I think what you can also do is you ban the Victor here, I think is the other one, because we saw that in game 1, and let the Orianna through. I feel like Orianna, not as good in the meta right now as the Victor. Probably a little bit more abusable as well. That might be a team preference of whether or not you want the Orianna or the Victor.
We're going to see a new AD carry here.
You can also...
Caitlyn and Simmer band.
You can also dive a... you can dive a Victor pretty easily, where an Orianna dive is a little bit more difficult. So, that's player's choice. But instead, they're going to ban the Vlad and then the Lucian. That's
Hey, who called the Lucian?
quite a few AD carry bans
Sensei.
right
Valerie
there.
Sensei called that. Or Varala. Whatever the fuck your name is, I don't know.
I'm expecting, I guess, Tristana?
Who's left?
Aphelios.
Oh, Aphelios.
I do not
Interesting.
like Aphelios Nami kind of at all, especially not into a Nautilus.
This
that
is
is
the
that's
this is not that
dangerous.
is not an early game champ unless, Unicorns looks like they might be going for a scaling comp here. We'll see.
Yeah.
The Scion can get kind of scary late game. He gets tanky and one-shot shit, just runs it down.
Here we're looking, okay, we get the Yorick. Now what do we want in the mid lane? What do you got here, Schmeat? And it will be the Ahri, I have to imagine. I'm not a huge fan of the
Oh.
Ahri in the current iteration of her. I think that she is a little too utility. But
Yeah, if you miss your skill shots, you're just done.
But I
But,
think also, with a Twitch and Kindred on your team, you're perfectly fine having the utility. And it's going to be an Ahri Morgana lane straight out of Season 2 or 3. Haven't
Love
seen
that.
that really in a long time.
Morgana mid.
I don't love it, but I also don't hate it.
It's good. I think that's good against Ahri. I could be wrong. I know an Ahri main that plays Morgana mid. I don't know if he does it against Ahri, but
The one thing I really don't like about the Morgana is this is all on the Aphelios. This team is built
A
for the
sticky icky.
Aphelios to 1v9, which he can. Like that champion definitely can 1v9. The problem is it's going to be very difficult for him to 1v9 through a Kindred, through an Ahri, and through a Nautilus.
yeah.
Kindred can just, hit the Lamb's Respite button and stop all the damage. And an Ahri and Nautilus, you just dive them. Like, you hit R, however many times your champion hits R, and then you kill him. What can I say? The Morgana's fine because there's a lot of, dive, and she's a good counter dive with the Chains of Corruption. I think that's her role. Soul Shackles? I don't remember.
Yeah, it's see how well they played here. They have the comp, they have that a good team comp. Jarvan are with the Morgana ulti setup. Interested to see how this Twitch and Nautilus plays out. Twitch kind of has that short range early. Maybe Nami can abuse it. But, that Nautilus.
I mean, the Nami will be able to abuse it, but the Nami will also have to step up really far and be in kind of Nautilus range.
Yeah.
And Aphelios is not the greatest supportive AD carry, especially in early waves. I feel like once he
Definitely.
gets the Noon Quiver, he'll probably be fine. But pre that, it's going to be a little difficult. That being said, it's not like Twitch is the greatest lane bully of all time or anything. He doesn't really do much in early lane.
Yeah, no, he
either.
doesn't. He doesn't.
So,
but
I
you
would
know,
imagine
this
he'll
is-
be fine.
I think this BLF support here likes the hook champs, Thresh and Nautilus.
Absolutely.
It's usually you see two types of supports. The hook ones, the ones who play the hook champs aggressive, and then the Chanter players. Maybe a combination of the mix, but definitely can see some playstyle preferences.
Yeah, and the one thing that I do, I will be interested to see is if this Twitch goes AP. I don't think that's what you do as much anymore. But with the Kindred, it's not like he really could do either in this team comp. There's enough AD and AP damage from the Ahri Kindred Yorick that he is free to build whatever he wants. But that being said, all right, it's game 3, 1-1. Who takes it?
I'm gonna say they got the Yorick.
They got
The Yorick's here.
Okay.
The Yorick's gonna turn up. The Kindred is just cheesy enough to pull off a victory here. And I think finally the Nautilus is gonna connect. But this raid, the Nami is a raid boss, and she's been out roaming both games. She could, we're gonna see if they get shut down. They get pinned under tower. She won't be able to roam as much. Like last game, she had the Caitlyn that's AFK pushing. She could just go do whatever she wants. It may not be the same here. You
Yeah,
know, and
absolutely.
also we'll see how Ari too. Ari with the roam, she could also join those fights, but it's gonna be a good
I
one.
want
I
the
have no
Unicorn
clue.
Wizards to win this one.
I would like to see that. Yeah, you come back. I'm a big underdog fan. I feel like they went down early.
But that being said, I really like BLF's team comp kind of more.
BLF had better skins too in the lobby, so that does. I don't know if that's foreshadowing or that is important. The medieval Twitch.
Medieval Twitch is a good one. The only is okay. No, medieval Twitch is different than I was thinking of. What's the Twitch stream or what's the Twitch one? That's the mouse skin.
Welcome to Summoner's
Oh, I don't know. I do love that one. I haven't seen it. I've only seen the art. I haven't seen that in game.
It's the same one that was like the Braum Light Shield and the Gragas that looks like he's on meth.
Yeah.
In the splash art. I forget exactly what it's called, but it's that skin line.
I have no clue.
I love
Just
that
5
one.
point here. No invading. Level 1, if you notice. No one invaded. They too much on the line here. Why would you coin flip it?
One thing I would like to say is we're seeing the this is
Any chance we get 60 FPS? I doubt it.
This is the old 5-man invade strat where your jungle is in the mid lane and your mid lane goes to the top brush, and because that way your jungle just walks backwards and then into whichever camp he's going to try and obscure which side of the map. I mean, they're both going bottom. It doesn't really matter, but that's why you do that.
Definitely. The Goon Man 1 saying Twitch Shadowfoot. That's the skin we're thinking about. That skin's awesome. I need to see that in game.
Yeah, unfortunately, probably not going to get 60 FPS with my current stream setup. I'm only running a 2070, and my internet is fine. Oh, but that's a good hook.
There's the hook. Twitch not there to follow up. He goes in Viz.
Yeah, trying to get some amount of damage back, as it looks like we're going to get a level 2 gank here from Noosa. See what he's going to be able to do, but the Nubian and Strux here smell something, and it's not Twitch. So let's see what they're going to be able to do. And
Jarvan's
this is going to be a
coming from
wrap
Try.
around, a good knockup, but Strux is just going to flash
Forces
out because
Sunks
it's a
out.
level 1 Nami who doesn't have access to Aqua Prison.
There it is. Very common for these Jarvans. I've been seeing this a lot. They just gank bot side early.
That is going to be quite a bit of time burned from the Jarvan. I don't think it's going to matter too much. However,
Nope.
Kindred is going to be 2 camps ahead, at least, possibly 3, depending on when Jarvan exactly gets back to his camp to start them.
Fortunately, the Scion has that lane prio up there. Tower push makes it kind of hard for that Kindred to beeline it to that red buff.
Well, also, as Kindred as early as you are, you're not actually wanting to invade
definitely
quite yet. Kindred showing on the top side. The one thing that would be really bad, or let me rephrase. The Kindred mark is most likely going to spawn on the bot side Scuttle Crab because Kindred is in the top side. What Jarvan could do is sack his entire lane, like his entire jungle prio, to
get beat
disrupt
up by
the
the
mark,
minions.
but actually win on the top side. That's very interesting and not what I imagined was going to happen, because it usually spawns on the opposite side of where you are. Oh, but that's a good hook onto
Another
Anakin
hook.
the Weird, but an even better Aqua Prison.
Bubble and the Phalios. There it is.
Oh, it's the Phalios having to
Great flash by the
out.
Twitch.
Yeah, that was going to be a sniper rifle kill on the Q, but Anakin the Weird unfortunately taking tower shots right there and nearly dying for it. Also, he didn't realize he had cleansed. I think he tried to heal right there. One thing I would like.
Ocean Orange Milk asking if we have school tomorrow. Ocean, I will ask your mom when I'm done with her.
Why wouldn't we have school tomorrow? It's a Tuesday. I guess.
Nice spell shield coming out, mitigating some damage here.
Okay, so what we see is the second mark for Kindred is spawning on that second Rift Herald. The Jarvan should be able to get there first, and he does have bot lane prio. However, Schmeat has mid lane prio with Kindred coming over. So we're going to see this 2v2 at least with Aphelios is backing. Raistlin has low mana.
They want to fight over the scuttle. Let's see.
Oh, but that was a really good purple
Raistlin does
gun.
need mana. Look at her. She's using her body. She's using her health as a resource. Wow. Love to see that. That's elite support play right there. Look, Inting.
Oh, but now here, Strokes,
Nautilus.
something?
Yeah.
Deciding against it as everyone's just going to back off after that Herald or Scuttle was gone, went over to the side of Nusa. But that was just everyone prio knew what they had to do to stop the Kindred from stacking. So you don't want to give over too many onto her. Don't know who is marked at the current moment. Could click around and see, but I have to imagine that it's probably the Jarvan. If I were
This
to
York
guess.
pick not getting it done early. Let's see, he's a late game champ too, but I mean Sion scales pretty well when he gets farmed like this. Super tanky, hard to deal with.
Yorick should have more lane prio than this.
Yeah.
It's not. Sion has a lot of lane prio as a tank, but he shouldn't have this much, is what I'm going to say. Especially not if you're good enough at the Yorick, you should be able to knock him out of his decimating smash with your
There he is,
wall.
Maiden though. Maiden sucking the soul out of Sion.
But not.
Ah, damn.
Oh, that's actually quite a bit of damage.
There it is.
Oh, but that's going to be a good Aqua Prison down onto Strux. Then going to be the Graviton.
Velios
And
with
that's
grab
going
gun.
to go over onto
Oh!
Strux. First blood for him, but
There
Nusa
it-
trying to get something. Nobby Nate getting knocked up as Nusa trying to get something, but he's just going to take tower shots.
Zoning bubble.
His newbie Nate's just going to back.
There it is.
Oh, can he disrupt it?
There's the Felios. First blood, that's huge. That's exactly what he wants.
Yeah, that is exactly what this team wants to put all of their resources into this Aphelios, give him everything, and he will 1v9 for the team. At least that is the hope. Looking at CS differentials across the map, everything is almost dead even with the exception of the top jungle combo. Sponge going to get a decent amount here for the Twitch.
Satisfying to look at. Look
Robo's
at this,
hope.
Ari.
Okay.
Ari just barely dodging that binding.
Oh, that's a really good hook. Is Anakin the Weird going to be stunned up
Beautiful.
trying to get something with the chakrams, but Shulks is going to take that one. And I think that was just a misplay. You could have easily given that to Twitch.
Beautiful hook by the Nautilus nonetheless. I think Aphelios might have overstayed there. He had that one kill, didn't reset after he got it. Maybe didn't have anything to buy, but yeah.
I should have.
That's the beauty of bot lane. Had a little lead, didn't get to use it, and that 2v2, I mean, one hook can change the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the real tragedy is that Nautilus was the one who picked that up. And, I mean, they really could have just given that one over to Twitch. There was no reason for Nautilus to get it. It wasn't even like an Ignite steal or anything. But that's unfortunate overall.
Yeah.
As we see, Uncommon will take this first Rift Herald of the game at about 8.5 minutes. First Dragon did go over into the pockets of Unicorn's Wizards here. And one thing that I actually would like to see if you are Uncommon, Robo as a Hobo seems to really have these.
Ooh, Charm landed, but Ari's useless, does nothing, all her abilities.
Yeah, a little bit.
Barely any, but you know, she's scaling. She'll do her thing with Ludens, get the boots, roam. It's good to see her land abilities.
Robo as a Hobo seems to have this tendency of as a player to overstay And we saw that on the Ornn last game. And we saw that a little bit on the Scion right now. But now Nusa bringing the Cataclysm down. But that's such a good Aqua Prison. Newbie Nate trying to get something done. Shot from red and white. Let's fight. He gets one. And that's going to be another kill into the pocket of the Felios.
Man. Felios is stuffing his pockets. This Nami's hand feeding them kills. Great follow-up on the Jarvan ulti with the double bubble. And exhausted the Twitch out of that.
Yeah, making sure
Bubble
that
just
they
barely
weren't going
misses.
to turn anything back. Unfortunate that the Cataclysm was a little bit early, I want to say, compared to when the Nami and Aphelios were able to get up there. But just because I think they would have gotten both kills if they were a little bit more on the same page. So that being said, I mean, I think trading or getting one kill for a Cataclysm is perfectly fine.
Looks like Morgana's going to die to Ignite here. Maybe not.
But here,
just barely gets out.
Anakin the Weird, you need to be able to dodge this one out. Depth charge is going to go down.
Oh, there's the Nihilus ulti. He's done.
He does have the flame pistol, but it's not going to be enough. As Aqua
almost gets out with the cleanse.
Uncommon does pick that one up. Raceland, you're playing with fire a little bit, buddy. Is Robo's a hobo? He might just go down here. Stunlocked, you could have pushed that one.
Maiden sucking him. Is it enough? She stopped giving him the suck. He pulled it. Looked like he pulled it off.
Yeah, I think
sucked almost to completion. Not quite though. Scion's left blue balled.
I don't know about that one, but now Nusa, he's getting into the 2v2.
Beautiful.
And that's Newbie Nate going to have
Twitch
to go
is there
into
though.
The bubble, and
oh,
Newbie
the
Nate
bubble with
gets
the heal and the doesn't matter though. Doesn't matter.
I think you're a couple seconds before or after me.
Yeah, I think I'm before you.
I'm at 11 minutes and 10 seconds in right now.
I'm just viewing your Discord. The Discord.
All right.
Let me see here. I'm at 11:17, but I can't follow you around. You know, I don't know where you're looking at. I'm too much of a casting noob. I'm just some guy.
Oh, good.
I'm not like you.
There,
Ooh.
Medusa just going to go in. Oh, and you see the anti-synergy of the Cataclysm and the Onslaught right there as Uncommon tries to get out of this one. Robo's a hobo picks one up. And what we want to see, what we won't be able to see on stream quite as well, so you just have to take my word, 634 stacks on the Soul Furnace for Robo's a hobo at 12 minutes. This man is so tanky.
He's huge, 2,300 health.
But what, unfortunately for him, he is against the York. The York is now online.
Definitely. Flash bubble coming out from Nami in the mid lane. Just missed the binding lands though.
That was a good, oh my god, Schmeat picking that one up. As Nami just went a little bit too far. Wasn't expecting the damage. The electrocute
got excited.
out.
Nami's feeling the pressure to perform.
Oh, Anakin the Weird here. Depth charge does knock him up, and that's going to be the spray and pray, taking one down as Strux tanks that one up. Rat-a-tat-tat. Remember when it was called that? That was such a cool name.
Yeah, definitely. Back when it was cool. Graves had a cigar.
Yeah. Graves still has no cigar. That's
Rip.
Yeah. One of my favorite phrases is close, but Graves has no cigar.
Yeah.
Anyways, Nusa up here in the top lane. Stunlocked, relatively tanky for a champion. He's going to go down, but no, actually, Nusa, he's the one that's going to go down as Robo's a hobo has nothing. No ult, no mana, and Stunlocked might even be able to run this one down as well as Robo's a hobo has to run for the hills, flashing out. I was expecting that to go much differently. And then Jarvan
here it is.
Died.
No. He's just going to shove, you know, York has a game plan. AFK shove, take towers.
Yeah, York's game plan is push.
Yep.
The good news
looking sexy in that skin too.
Robo's a hobo should have enough wave clear to like stop most of the push from the Yorick. The Decimating Smash and the Soul Furnace charge should be able to clear out everything by level 10, which he is. Oh,
Yeah.
but now Schmidt, good charm right there, trying to get something Spirit Rush out, making sure the Soul Shackles don't
Forces
do
that
anything.
ulti out.
Uncommon is here,
This
and
is
he's
binding,
going to
gets
go down.
bopped.
Schmidt picks that one up as Yorick is here. They're looking for one more tower into his pockets. 1-0 and 106 CS, but it does not matter when he has all of the plating and all of the turrets in his pockets.
You know, Desari's got the 2-kill lead. Unfortunately, went Leandries. Would love to see the Everfrost here, but, you know, still anybody's game.
Oh, I think you go to Leandries this game because you don't need more damage to kill the Aphelios. But what you do need is damage to kill the Scion. Like, Aphelios is relatively squishy. You'll be able to do anything
Scion
to
on
him. And
smacking bot
Scion's
lane.
just going to get the kill here. Unfortunately, I don't even know how that, like, the turret aggro went in. Cataclysm forcing the flash here.
Flash
The good
charm actually by
flash
R2.
over
Jeez.
everything to get the charm as Schmidt's going to take this one out. But that's going to be an ult from Anakin the Weird, seeing if he's going to be able to get his
Aphelios
Schmidt
is online
so
now.
low,
That's
and he's going to take it out. Charm doesn't lane. Shutdown
Huge.
going over onto
Aphelios
Anakin the
needed
Weird.
that. He really needed that. Got a huge shutdown, 150 gold.
That was really good right there. Second Rip Herald of the game going over onto Uncommon. He'll heal right back up as Anakin the Weird here, 3 and 3. Should have his, I imagine you go Kraken Slayer this game. But that should be completed here. Honestly, this back.
Yeah. This looks like this Nami
Oh,
has
he went
5
Gale
stacks
Force.
here.
I
Or not
don't-
Nami, Kindred.
I don't like that. I do not like the Gale Force on this Aphelios.
Really, I think that's what they go. I think that's.
It is what you go,
But maybe, what do you think's better here?
I think you go Kraken here because, like, Gale Force you need for the mobility, but, like, his team is so, like, they need the damage, right? And Gale Force just has more deeps. They got the deeps.
Yeah.
And that's what they need, and I think that's just kind of how you want to play this one. Unfortunately, it is another. It is going to be another Chem Tank Soul map. Again, one of my least favorite
Yeah,
maps.
that's unlucky.
It is, I think, by far the, like, I don't want to say by far, because every soul, once you get it, it still has like an 85.
Ooh, Charm coming down.
No, Charm.
Forces
That's going
flash.
to be
Think
a
she's
good
done, though.
flash out,
Yeah.
but that's going to be a really good Lamb's Let's Right.
Beautiful
Uncommon
KR.
going to go down here, trying to make sure he doesn't go over the wall, but no Charm.
Binding down.
Anakin the
Morgana
Weird.
needs to get in there.
It's going to
There's
be
the Gale
a
Force
purple
coming out.
trying to go down. Newbie Nate looking for something. Robozahobo taking a lot of damage, but he's a tank. He should be fine. As Stralks is here as well. Devastating Charge should be here. Or Devastating Smash. Decimating Smash.
Like Pop's gonna fall to Yorick, doing Yorick things.
Oh, but Noosa's going to fall to the Yorick as well. I think these top laners, at least Stunlocked, man, I think you can play this a little bit more aggressive. Follow these kills a little bit farther, and I think you'll get them. I know he does not want to be the one to throw the game, but...
Yeah, I think he definitely dies there if he goes in, he gets collapsed on. Maybe that was in his mind, but... Looks like who's that, BLF on that side?
Robozahobo
BLF at the
trying
tower?
to TP down to save this turret, but it's just not going to be enough, and he's going to
1v5ing.
go down. Stunlocked picks that one up. I think the Maiden got that one. Eulogy of the Isles. Very good ability overall. Last Rites, give him the shovel. Here, third Dragon of the game going good to go over into the pockets of BLF. I think if you're Unicorn Wizards, you're perfectly fine with that. Pretty whatever, but what isn't whatever is this 5,000 gold lead that we
Definitely, they're pulling away
here for BLF. As let's see, 40 stacks on the Ravenous Hydras for this Yorick. 2, 2, and 2. We see the Gale Force and the what is that, Axamic Axe or something like that. Finish for the Kindred. Overall, pretty relatively even in items kind of across the board. The biggest diff that we see is in that top lane, where we have 2.5 items versus 1 and 2 halves is what I'll say. But now Wrestling QR,
Twitch ulting
he's
mid
just
here.
gonna go down right here. Rat-a-tat-tat.
That's the beauty of Twitch.
Twitch just picking that one up. We can look
It's
at
not like you had a punchline, like a little. I'm sorry, I just cock blocked your rat-a-tat-tat.
Looking at gold individually, overall, the biggest differential I think is in that top and jungle position. About 1,000 is on the Ahri compared to the Morgana. Pretty dead even in the bot lane, but the top lane, that Yorick is about 2,500, 3,000 gold ahead of that Scion.
Ooh.
But now
Teo risking her life trying to save that tower.
And this is unfortunate. And this is just kind of the team comp diff, is this team from BLF just keeps having pressure. And there really isn't all that much that this team from Unicorn Wizards can do while behind, while, you know, trying to get these team fights. You know, Teo
Ooh, binding
needs to get
landed.
something, but Robo's a hobo. He's just going to go down right here. Roar of the Slayer barely gets the slow, and he will be able to get out. And now we have a 6,500 gold lead at 20.5 minutes into this game. As Noosa going into the Cataclysm, but he didn't want that. He killed himself right there as the Kindred just turned around. Maybe Noosa thought his team was a little bit closer than they were.
Yeah.
But that's the jungler down for 30 seconds. Pings onto the Baron as Stunlocked is going to maybe go down here. But top for the Baron is not a good trade. Flash forward, Robo's a
coming out by
hobo,
Scion.
able to get this one. He is so tanky.
Ooh, another
Anakin
shutdown.
Gets that shutdown. Now,
Funneling gold into that Aphelios.
Baron
That's
is
very good.
being
That's good for the
taken.
Unicorns.
No one's going to be able to come over
VLF.
and get that stop.
Yeah.
Gold lead now nearly 8,000 at 21 minutes. All of the Barons that we've seen so far in all 3 games have been very early, very close. All of them have been taken pretty early, right around 20, 21 minutes. But here, Infinity Edge just completed for Aphelios. If there is a time
Definitely.
to make a stand, it is right now.
It's in his hands. It's in this Aphelios' hands. He has all the gold. He can do it.
Absolutely. They have the front line. The Scion does die, but it does take them a little bit of time. He is not exactly squishy. He's not an unkillable tank, but he can do his job.
Yeah.
So they have the tools. They can buy space. They have a Cataclysm. Even if all Jarvan does is ult someone and die, if he keeps them in the Cataclysm, you know, they get the Aphelios ult or something onto that. That can be the game changer here, but we need a really clean fight. But oh no, Anakin the Weird. He's
Twitch.
just going to get assassinated.
You know
by
they
the
fall to
Twitch
this.
right there.
These guys, you know, once Twitch disappears, it's like he's not in the
No,
game.
Teu trying to trade
Teu
one
falling the
back,
same thing.
going golden, trying to do something, but now it coming. Teleports coming in. That's a really
Twitch
good
all comes
snare,
out.
but this is going to be Raslin coming down. Lamb's Breastplate saves everyone for a little bit more time, but Teu down to 100 HP. He's going to go down. Nubidate's got to take that, and the last one alive is
Wow,
Robo.
that
Is the
Kindred
hobo.
all-
Everyone's
huge
dead. A
Kindred all
clean
coming
ace
out.
for BLF. That might honestly be game. That is 5 members strong.
Yeah, they have
with
Baron.
Oh, but Aphelios is up. Death timers are not that long. They might just take these inhibs. Let's see if they
These
decide
inhib.
to go for anything more. I think the call there should have been 5-man mid, try and threaten the end, as opposed to pushing out 2 waves.
Yeah. Why didn't their gold lead, man? Just playing it safe. Making
But
sure
also,
not to
I
throw
guess
here.
Baron did just run out, so they maybe didn't have enough time.
Get dragged. Yeah.
But I mean, it's
That
not
gold
like they,
lead's just over 10K now.
it's not like they got any other inhibs or anything by split pushing.
Yeah.
So
Just one.
that's Baron's still available. Oh, I guess someone didn't get it. Either way, Schmidt here a little far forward with only Strokes and the newbie Nate here. But they're still going to try and siege up. That's a good hook. That's Wrestling QR just going to go down. No, he manages to get out, and that's going to be Strokes going to go down as Teo trying to do something, trying to get something onto the newbie Nate, as we're going to see a little bit of a black screen. Come on. Get back into game. That is the newbie Nate going down as Anakin, the wizard, tries to get something. He is red and white. He wants to fight. Schmidt takes him out as he cannot 1v3 right there. Unfortunate. But I think that buys enough time here for the Unicorn Wizards. They at least do not die right here.
Not yet. They're on a timer.
Uncommon doing a little bit of counter jungling. Let's see. Third dragon. While all that was happening, the third dragon did go over into the pockets there of BLF. Next one is in 3.5 minutes. I can't imagine this game is going to last that much longer. We are at a 11,000 gold lead right now.
Yeah, me neither. You know, they first picked the Twitch and they weren't worried about it. It still performed.
Absolutely. 6-2 and 5 on the Twitch. Nearly an entire, actually, yeah, I'd say they're probably about even in, oh, they are nearly dead even in gold right there. 10,600 to 10,300. Aphelios desperately trying to complete that Runans, trying to win one more fight here. Is Uncommon undeterred.
Here comes
They're trying to
BLF.
go in.
That Kindred's scary with Kraken, Wit's End.
Absolutely. But now, 3 items on Stunlocked as well. He is a one-man wrecking crew. If someone doesn't come and stop him, he will end the game himself. Level 16 Maiden is huge.
Yeah, Ari
The
picking
Unstoppable
up a
Onslaught
tier.
going to come in, trying to get the Scion Speedway, but he's going to have to flash out immediately. Tidal Wave not going
the
to
last
do
hope
anything.
fight.
Uncommon going all the way forward, but Newbie Nate just killing 2 in the backline. Wrestling
Twitch
you
all
are
features.
already down. Schmidt going to go down, but that's going to be the
Already
Kindred
ran
being
down.
taken out. Anakin the Weird trying to do something. He finds Nobby Nate. He's going to try and DPS check, but Nobby Nate's going to get it. And that's going to be the end. You have to imagine the Newbie Nate here. Less than Newbie at completely. He's going to heal after getting hit by that Roar of the Slayer. And this should be the end. You have to imagine. Stunlocked, he's just going to evaporate these turrets. They're half HP. Teo's trying to do something. He does not have ult as Stunlocked. Just going to shovel down this Nexus here as
GG.
BLF takes this series in a 2-1 victory. Looked a
good
little
game.
shaky there, but games 1, game 3 were very decisive.
That was a good one. Man, they that BLF's team comp just looked it was very cohesive. They kind of came in with a game plan and got it done.
Absolutely.
Morgana going Radiant Virtue didn't really get the lead, and you know, Radiant Virtue's so expensive, fucking useless item. Did 7,700 damage. You know, you gotta just not it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand the Jarvan or the Morgana overall. I think Orianna was available. You can take that. That's a little bit better of a...
Let me open up the cam so you guys see my
that's
beautiful
a little
face.
bit better of a supportive mid laner if you want something like that. I might even say Lulu, honestly. Might be better than the Morgana. I know Lulu isn't much of a mid laner anymore, but I feel like that's a little bit closer to what you want. I was told
GG,
we will
boys.
be getting someone in here.
Yeah.
For
Who wants to talk to us from BLF? I don't even know if that's your name. I've just been saying that. Bring the Ari in here so I can ask him why he built a tier 26 minutes in the game.
I can answer that. It's BM. Okay, we got Schmidt here. Actually, it's the Ari.
Oh, yeah, it probably is BM.
into...
Yo,
Oh, that's
was that a BM tier? We need to know.
yeah, 100%.
It's a BM tier. All right, all right. I have one more question. GG, by the way, you did great. Why do you build Void Staff second item every game?
It just felt like the move.
Okay, I respect that. It's a vibe.
Yeah,
It matches your skin. That's a beautiful thing.
exactly. There was no real logic behind it. It just it felt right.
That's beautiful. That's what I like to hear. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
You guys,
yeah,
go ahead, Cabbage. You do your
congratulations
thing.
on the win. First off, so like take me through what you were thinking after game one. You won it, and then you were feeling good. So take me through kind of what you were thinking after that, and then after game number 2, which you lost, and how you were able to come back for game number 3.
Well, after game number 1, we were kind of like, wow, this is really fucking easy. Um, and
Okay.
we kind of expected them to put up a little bit more of a fight. And so we actually all turned our monitors off for the second game, and that's why we got curbed.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
for
Yeah, it
sure.
seemed like it. It seemed like you guys were playing blindly, just running in,
I
overextending, but
legitimately was losing my mind the entire game. I have no idea what I was doing, and
I respect that. Made it
I just had a
interesting.
little seizure.
I see, I see.
All right,
I
so
think
so then who was the person going into game number 3? Was that you, or was it a team effort to say, all right, we kind of all ran at that game, we need to focus up? Or was there one specific person who really led the team to do that?
Probably Stunlocked. He kept yelling at me to stop greeting for kills, and eventually it worked.
yeah,
And then I
that's good
stopped
advice.
dying.
Nice.
He pretty much called it.
I have a question. I actually have a question here. What who on the enemy team surprised you the most? Like who was like that you guys didn't think they would perform that just popped off?
Teo, for sure.
Teo?
Yeah, I know Teo, and he's god awful at every video game he touches. And so I didn't expect the Panth. He kind of
Yeah,
popped
that
off
was
there.
alpha. It really was. And
Yeah, the bot rooms are crazy.
yeah. You gapped him in CS, Flame Horizon, you know. Gave him the space aids during that game. That was beautiful. You're spreading
Yeah.
it to us now in chat.
Oh, that was the one thing against Teo in mid. For some reason, he just loved to take the space aids. He would just stand next to the minion.
He just eats it. He loves it.
He loved it.
It's beautiful. Yo, what's your your support? Tell me it looks he likes to play those hook champs. I'm doing
Oh yeah, Strokes. She's our support.
You guys are gonna
She's
have to bring it. Listen, the league is gonna have to bring it. You know, Gabagool Gaming is terrifying.
They
It's a
really are
monster.
terrifying.
I hope you guys can. You know, you got to bring it. I play a lot of Pike. You know.
Oh no. Well, to be fair, our support is pretty much a brand new player, and
Oh
she's
shit.
been playing great. The Nautilus picks were fantastic.
Yeah.
And you know, newbie Nate kind of carried us through a couple of those fights, cleaning up
Yeah.
the back line.
Yeah, that was really.
Yeah, that Twitch
Yeah,
really popped off.
Twitch was good. First
Yeah.
picked it. Just disrespectfully picked Twitch and didn't have the answer.
So-
And
Chat,
then-
if you have any questions, let us know. Let us know.
So,
I gotta
so
pee,
there,
guys.
there
Be
is
right
one
back.
thing that I do want to ask you. So game 1, like you guys won it, but that Yorick really had a poor showing, is what I want to say. How
Yeah.
did Stunlocked convince you? It was like convince you guys that it was just a fluke and it's fine. Pick it again, game 3.
Because he didn't realize that Orn's E just took out York's wall, and so he was completely blindsided there. And then Orn is just such a tank. He was so annoying. But since we banned out the Orn, we were like, yeah, you know what, go for the York.
Yeah, I mean that
And then
that
it ended
really
up
is
working
the one thing that they haven't removed from York's or from Orn's kit that's been there the whole time is he destroys terrain. And it's
Yeah.
I guess if you don't ever play a terrain champion, you forget about that, but
See,
that's always been there.
the best part is he used to play Orn quite a bit. So
What'd I miss?
I don't really know.
We missed that the York player forgot that Orn could destroy terrain.
Oh yeah.
All right.
You have any
so,
questions in the chat? How does it feel? How does it feel to be carried by your team?
Pretty damn good.
I got a chocolate croissant. I don't know. I guess I should smoke a joint before I eat the croissant though.
Oh,
But
for sure, absolutely.
What's your take on that? Is it chocolate croissant first, then
No,
joint, or is it joint
it's
then
joint
croissant?
and then
Is it like a
croissant for
good
sure.
croissant
Gotcha.
or like a
Gotcha.
bad one?
It doesn't matter. The worse, actually, you know what? The worse the croissant, the more important is the smoke first.
No,
That's
it's
what I
a
would-
fucking
that's what I
gourmet
would go
croissant. You
with.
want to see it? I don't know if you got stream open. I'll show
Even
you.
if it is gourmet, you still gotta smoke first.
Yeah, I'm still gonna. Thank you. That's a W take.
All right. Any final questions before we do our sign offs?
I wanna. So what? We can't interview the losing team.
No, they're trash.
That's fucked. That's
Yeah.
so disrespectful.
Yeah, that's intentional.
All right, yeah, make them feel bad. You see
Yeah.
what happens when you lose in this league, shitters? You don't get the fucking talk. You have no voice.
Exactly. You lost and you should feel bad.
Yeah, that's 6 points, right? The winning team in this league, you get 6 points, or you start out with 6 points, or something like that, right?
That's a great question. The
I don't
admin
know.
team forgot to figure that out, so we'll do that eventually.
That's what's great about this league. We just figure it out as it goes. Really low budget, as you can tell. I mean, you could have guessed that from the prize pool, but here we are.
Yeah. Also, shout out to our casters. You guys
Shout
did
'em out.
fucking great. It was amazing. Loved it.
It's all cabbage. He's
It's gonna get so much better.
library
too.
of knowledge.
We'll have actual graphics for him to use, but he did amazing with the resources he had.
Well, thank you.
Definitely.
All right. Any?
We can do the interview.
Any?
Robo is a hobo. You're not allowed. You got to feel bad about it.
Any other questions?
I guess this is it. Cabbage, it was a real pleasure.
Yeah, it was super fun.
You did great.
For those in the chat, for next week, because I think you'll be playing right next week.
Yeah. Make sure
I-
you follow, boys.
yeah,
Spread the word.
Follow everything. But I'll need a color caster for next week. So if someone in the chat wants to come up here and do what you did,
I don't know if
I'm
you're supposed to do it that way, but
We're allowing the losing team.
okay, losing team is getting an
dragging
interview.
them in just,
Oh, okay, we are?
Be that toxic. Yeah.
but
dragging them
either
in.
way,
Thank
anyone
you
in
guys for
chat,
casting.
if you have an off week, if you're not
Yeah,
in the
dude.
league and you want to cast, I'll bring you on.
Yeah.
No experience required.
As you can tell, no experience, boys.
But would you say that it
Where's
was fun,
Hobo at?
though?
That was a great time. I had a great time.
See, glowing endorsement. Everyone should do it. Casting's fun.
Definitely. Yeah, Cabbage makes it easy. I can color cast for sure. There's Crizzo.
All right. Apparently, Robo is a hobo. Wants his losers interview, and
All right, let's get it.
All right.
All right, I'm dragging.
Bring him in,
I don't think I can. I don't even see him.
Oh.
Robo.
Oh.
How you doing? Robo, I have a few questions for you. I got a couple questions for you.
Yeah, what?
Do you have your recall button binded by chance? It's default by B, but we noticed in a lot of these games you didn't really use it when you had no health left. What was your thoughts behind that?
Well, I guess
Was that
you
you?
could say yeah,
That was you. That was you.
that was me. I guess you could say no, I don't have it blinded.
That's okay. You had the TP up. You get that wave out of there. You TP. You go back. You TP. You buy your stuff. You don't miss anything. You save your health. If you do that against Gabagool Gaming, our jungler is gonna come just get that booty. Go get that 300 gold. You gotta just hit that B button.
That is
But,
true.
you know-
Sometimes there were situations where I just didn't feel like it was the right time to do it, but definitely there were some where I definitely missed out on the free recall or something.
Definitely. You popped off though on Ornn. I thought you did a good job on Ornn.
Thank
You're
you.
tanky as fuck. You had a good TP. I forget what game it was where you TP'd behind them and your team was running away, and your
I think it
team
was
should have
game one.
turned and yeah,
Might be
game one.
one.
Yeah, you had a great TP, but your team just didn't back you up. How long? We forgot to ask he's still here, but how long have you guys played together often, or you got any new players, or how was that setting up communications and
Setting
Practic-
up the team?
Yeah.
Yeah, is this a?
Well, I've been playing with Anakin and Raceland for quite a while now, or Ghost Wizard for quite a while now. Maybe about 4 to 5 years at this point.
Okay, okay.
Um,
So you got, yo, I think Razlin's OP. I think played great in Nami. Choked in game 3 hard, but the first two were pretty good.
first two were really good.
First two were
So,
great. I
so
was
what?
blown away.
The question that I asked to get some more serious questions in here. How did you guys?
Yeah, get 'em in.
How did you guys bounce back after game number 1? That was a fairly hard loss. How did you bounce back and win game 2? Like, was there someone on your team that decided, to take control? Was it like a group effort? Because I know I've casted enough of these amateur type leagues that I will say 90% of the time, if you lose game 1, game 2 is the hardest 15-minute stomp just
Yeah.
every time.
I think it was kind of just I think it was just kind of a mixture of things going well for us. We had like a team comp in mind, and we kind of rolled with that.
That was
And
beautiful.
yeah,
I
um,
loved it. I'm glad you guys really executed too.
yeah,
Love to see it.
we like had a team comp in mind as we were going through it that I feel like we didn't really have going into game 3. We just kind of were trying to pick. Um, I guess we had like a decent team comp, but there were a few things that like kind of didn't work. Like, in the last game, I did kind of get Jarvaned.
Yeah.
Jarvan, I'm helping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
a little
true.
bit.
Which I mean, happens.
It's okay.
Like,
He's an OP champ. Didn't really perform. Maybe the did Diana get banned? I can't remember.
No.
I
Did
don't
the bans
think so.
impact you guys that game?
I'm looking at the scoreboard. No, Diana did not get banned.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
Was Teo at any point in time losing his mind?
Um,
Was he molding a little bit?
I guess a tiny bit, but not really.
Good. Very
You
good.
weren't.
Thank you.
Anakin said he wasn't tilted because they had no prep.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't really prep for this correctly.
That's
yeah,
okay. That's
smoking that
Um,
copium.
you got.
I will
Love
say
it.
one of my favorite moments that I had in this thing was in game 3 actually when I got Strake's under tower. Like I think like right after.
Oh
the
yeah,
laning
he.
phase.
I saw that. I'll have to see if I can get the replay or something because I have no idea how he took tower aggro from that. I don't know if it was.
Oh, I know what it was. He hit me with a Q.
Oh.
He was trying. What he was trying
I-
to do was Q to the tower to just get closer to it. And at that moment, that's when I came out of vision, and he hit me with the hook, which is what caused him to get stuck under the tower.
Yeah, and then you just
Interesting.
100 to 0'd him.
Just 100 to 0'd him. Poor man.
Yeah, I'm sure we've all done something
you so
similar to
dirty,
that
man.
before.
Yo, what was your thoughts behind the Radiant Virtue buy? Like Rush, were you going that no matter what? It was expensive. It kind of fucked you over.
Radiant Virtue?
Yeah, on the
Yeah, on the last
Morgana.
game here, I was
Oh,
I was
yeah.
curious about that. It's a good item.
I think that's just what
It's
you
just-
go on Morgana.
No way. On
Or
Morgana mid.
at least
it is.
was before the nerfs came down for the Radiant Virtue.
Oh, that
Um,
sucks. She's so expensive. It's such an
maybe-
expensive item. $3,200.
It's the same price as Leandri's, I think.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It
You're
is
right.
no longer.
I have a
on
support brain.
Morgana, apparently.
I actually never heard of the that strap before today, so
Maybe it's secret OP. Maybe it's not.
Yeah.
Chat. Do
I
it
think
in
if you
your-
get it-
do it in your ranked games. That's what I'm gonna say.
do it in your ranked games. What is this?
Yeah,
like,
limit
freaking
test.
Cactopus's farewell message. Play Garen jungle and ranked.
That's the takeaway.
Another funny thing that did happen was
Oh wait a second.
Um,
I'm talking to Hobo. I'm looking at Morgana. That wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh shit. The weed is
No,
kicking in,
you're
boys. I'm
fine.
sorry. This is the after show for me. But Go ahead, dude. Go ahead.
One funny thing I will say about game two is this isn't really to brag. This is just kind of an observation that I had. I didn't build my second item until like maybe 7 minutes before the game ended.
Yeah, I think Cabbage commented on that.
Yeah, the whole time in that round, I was just basically like I saw what situation I was in, and I just started building against that, which is it worked for the way it was, but it did lead to a. I guess you could say it led to just like a little bit of a deficiency because I had like no completed items in the mid game.
Yeah. I wish I could see the custom match history on your profile so I could uh look at the
Can I
comps
see
and
it?
I can't
everything.
remember.
Nah, I can't when I like on the client
Game
side I
2.
can't.
Mm.
Go to op.gg. I think I'm gonna hop out, boys.
Yeah.
Watch some below deck. This was great. Make sure you guys follow.
Yeah.
You know, trying to grow this. Share it in the Discord or in the Reddit. You know, you get a bigger lead. We get the divisions going.
Yeah.
Get
Thanks
some
for having me.
Yeah,
This
more
was
than
a
more
really
5
money.
fun
teams.
thing.
Hobo, you have to do a walk of shame. Your
So
team
I gotta do a
lost. You
walk
got
of shame now. All right.
yeah. See you, dude.
Yeah,
See
so
ya.
thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to everything. There's a Discord. I don't know if it's on the Twitch or what, but thank you all. If you want to cast,
Definitely.
reach out to me on the Discord, and thank you all for watching.
GG, boys.
GG.